we're doing a little evening vibe right now, right? And we're gonna watch some UFO videos real quick. It just seems like a good Friday night activity. Of course, we got Red Panda Koala in the mix. We got UFO Shane in the mix, and I think it's just gonna be a good time to watch some of this stuff. How often do you get to sit down with some ufologists and watch some actual UFO videos? Without further ado, though, I do want to bring to stage our main guy. We got UFO Shane. We got UFO Shane in the mix, and Red, pop up whenever you want to, dog. Shane, how you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good. You know?
Yeah.
Gotta be at work in 6.5 hours, but chilling.
Not a lot of time to catch those Z's, dude.
But YouTube, you got to grind it, man. It's all good.
You really do. Well, I appreciate you burning the midnight oil with us. I'm just gonna kick these UFO clips on, guys, in the comments. If you want to,
I can't wait. This is the best idea you've ever had. To be honest,
we're getting there. We're getting to these good ideas, dude. Okay, so this is going to be a compilation of UFO videos, and we're just going to react to them. Okay, you're going to get our unfiltered reaction here. Some of these are going to be better than the others. I don't know if you guys have ever spent time looking through UFO clips, but it's kind of a grab bag. It's a variety pack. It's bananas. You don't know what to see. So check this out. Ecuador, 1995.
All right. Pause it real quick.
Oh, Red's in the mix.
Pause it real quick.
What's up?
1995.
1990 Ecuador.
So we got to think about the camera equipment. We got to think about the geographical location. And let's just focus on that as a group and go.
I've seen a lot of really interesting UFO videos from south of the border.
Oh, yeah. South America's crazy.
Right? A lot of them. Now, in 95, I would have looked at this and been like, I don't know what that is. But right now, I kind of feel like it could be a couple different things. Right? It could be a couple different. I haven't seen it in motion. Is it spinning? If it's spinning, then my idea is out. I'm thinking maybe a light post.
I think it's aliens from the ninth dimension.
Oh, okay. They're very specific and very fun. Way funner than the light post idea. Red, what are you thinking on this one? Uh-oh, Red's muted.
Red, your microphone is muted.
Oh, how about now?
Oh, you sound great now.
I need to see more of this, to be honest.
Let's let it roll. And guys, in the chat, weigh in on this. We want to see your reactions too. It's
okay. Pause it. Go back.
Back.
Go back.
Back into the left.
I found a problem. What are
you seeing?
Towards the end, you can see a fire flicking.
Like a gas lamp or something.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. 1995 Ecuador. What's going on?
Watch towards the end. You'll see it like a fire. Like you can see it right here. Look at you see it? You see it? It looks like a fire. There it is.
Does.
Yeah.
It does. And I was trying to resize it. I didn't help out at all. Enhance.
So I would like to say real quick that Chinese lanterns aren't just the Chinese lanterns you think of. They can be very more extravagant. And I'm actually 100% sure this is a lantern.
A lantern, hot air balloon lantern. Yeah, whatever it is, it seems to be powered by the flame.
With a massive fire in the middle of it, to be sure. Like
Terrestrial Material says, looks like a sky fire.
Uh-oh, hey,
got him.
Nice. Love that. Okay, we're going to the next sighting, guys. We can't, with any definitive answer debunk any of these, but they're fun to see. And now you get to see what we've been looking at since 1995. Yeah, Shane did. This is probably a Chinese lantern. Now this one's strange.
All right, here we go.
Come on now. What is that?
Okay. Go back to the first.
Ooh, look at my pause skills. They are getting better.
That was really good. Okay, so do we know what is taking this image?
We don't, but it's
okay.
Dude, that was wild.
It's an NRO satellite. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the thing is this guy's clearly above. He's above the ground by a fair amount, right? We're looking at 1,000 feet up in the air at least. And then we got this thing over here. This is really there. I have a video back.
Hold on. You don't know if that's really there or not.
I can tell you it looks.
Have the JPEG files.
Heather Birdie says change the playback speed.
Oh, you guys think you're so smart. Definitely going to do that though. Didn't see that one coming.
Enhance.
We need to fire her.
Let's go to 5. Let's go to half speed. Let's go half speed.
Let's go to half speed. That's good. Good idea, Heather. That's pretty wild. I don't know.
You know what it's resembling? Of like a horizontal mylar balloon.
That's legitimately Hermes Trismegistus.
This is the rainbow light body, dude. This is it.
Okay, pause it there. Let's look at the curvature of it. It's uniform on both sides.
Symmetrical.
It's oval at the end. It looks inflated to me.
Inflated like a balloon.
It like a balloon-like entity from the Arrow report.
Oh,
and I think that the object that's taking the video is moving faster than this is, and I think it's giving the illusion that this is flying across the screen. But really, the thing that has the video equipment on it is moving faster, and it moved past this instead of it moving past the object.
You're thinking stationary object or slow-moving object, fast-moving recorder. Whoever's recording this is in a plane, small. It looks like a small plane, and then this thing's there. I think you're onto something there. Now, it's fully inflated. It kind of gave me the impression of like a wingsuit, like a guy falling from a wingsuit. You know what I mean? With the arms and the legs, but that's a
big ass wingsuit.
Yeah, right. Well, we actually don't know how close or far away this is from the camera, and if it was closer, that would actually explain a lot of the speed in which it goes by the camera. Right? Closer, faster, further away, you get to see it forever.
It's the penguins from Madagascar, dude. They're jumping down.
Finally here. They're finally here. Okay.
Yeah.
Half speed. I like it. I'm into this one.
It looks like a balloon.
You know, I saw one. Unless I can't pull it up right now, but there was the Blue Angels were doing some formations. Right? They were practicing. Someone with a high speed camera caught a starfish shaped object flying by them. Looked just like that, by the way.
What is? Okay.
Looking at two things.
Pause it real quick. Are we looking at we're looking at a regular film of it and then an IR version?
It does look like it's the same shape, but I don't know if it's at the same time. Let's assume that it is, and that's why they're doing this. You know what I mean? Let's assume that it is. What's up, Pavel? Real quick, let's holler at the chat. Chat, we're over here keeping it real. We're looking at UFO videos. We didn't select these. We just like looking at them. That's kind of one of the things we like to do. We wanted to share that experience with y'all.
Let's shout out the chat with some upbeat music.
And
Anthony Jones, the first one in the chat, always. We love you, Anthony. Glad you're here. We got Ghost 915 in the mix, always in the mix. Kristen Rose in the mix. I like that picture, Kristen. I like it. Mark Brennan, YouTube channel. LOL, Keemstar brought me here. I hope we keep you here. We don't know how we're going to do that, but we're going to figure it out. We got Heather Birdie. We got Galactic Radio. Dang, dude, Galactic Radio. That's dope that you're in the mix, man. And of course, our friend Terrestrial Material. Find him on Twitter. Find him on Alien Addict. Dude, you're going to get some good content out of this guy. He knows what he's talking about. Happy to talk about it. We got, again, Anthony Jones, Heather Pavel. Pavel was on our stream, was it just yesterday or was it the day before?
Just
yesterday. It was like 5 minutes ago.
Just 10 minutes ago, Pavel was on the show. Pavel was actually a really cool dude, and he knows a lot about a lot of stuff. If you guys didn't see that stream yesterday, go check it out. We got the real Alien Hunter. It is a Blender creation. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up, because we are lost in the sauce. We don't know what's happening. Again, if you guys have any opinions about these clips, about these videos, weigh in. We want to know exactly what you guys think. We're not the end-all be-all. We really aren't. And then Pavel asks, does Keem prefer this over spaces? I do. Sometimes. I mean, dude, you can't present clips, videos, anything in spaces. You can't walk somebody through your PowerPoint in spaces. Dude, it's impossible. It's impossible. So we're keeping it live. We're keeping it real. We're keeping it all UFO all night. We'll be here until
Jane, hell yeah.
We're here until Easter Sunday.
48-hour stream starts now.
Stream. We're just looking at UFO clips. Every once in a while, we'll watch Mummies alive.
There is some news on that we could cover after some of these clips, but let's get back to the clips, I guess.
Thank God you turned the music off. I couldn't dance any longer.
It was pretty good, though. It was pretty good. Okay, so are we looking at two things or one thing? Only one way to find out.
Let's go. Moscow, Russia.
Did I see a red light on that thing?
I do as well.
What is that, dude? What is that?
Pause it on the red light.
What is that, dude?
It's below it.
Look at that.
Lens flare.
Look at that, dude. It's dangling from it, and it's
What is it,
blinking.
Shane? Let the people know. Steer them straight.
Not sure. Keep going. I'm not gonna know everything. I'm not Mick West. I'm not gonna be like the wind was blowing 33 degrees from the west.
So
What is
they
this
both.
little red thing?
This
Oh
is.
damn! This guy
Look at that
paused on there.
zoom. Look at that. I'm actually really intrigued by this. Doesn't
It
this
looks like a whale.
I think it looks like the vehicle you fly from the aliens in Halo. Am I tripping? Like the ghost thing?
It looks like a fucking space whale.
All right, we got a real alien hunter weighing in. Reason is that almost had it. Shane channeling his inner alien girl. We love that. We love Alien Girl.
Yeah,
Alien Girl probably not going to slide in the chat tonight because her show's at like 3 a.m.
I keep telling her like, she's like, I don't know why I'm not getting like hundreds of views. Like you stream at 3 a.m., dude. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
So we've got what looks like a space whale, pooping, green light on the left.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. And then you have I see an insect is a good one. I like that too. And then on the right, you have the IR footage, which would show perhaps the propulsion. I don't know. This is absolutely wild. It could totally be a bunch of things because we don't have the context. We don't have the what took the picture or whatever. So we're just making wild guesses here. But this
we
is
got the raw footage.
I
I think we're gonna hear this often from our friend Real Alien Hunter. He says it's blender. I don't know. It's not a donut. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's like it's like a blender you blend like a margarita in, or it's like blending from like.
So Blender's 3D software right now.
I know what it is.
Ashton Forbes asks, "What's going on in here?" Ashton, welcome to the show. We are 3 or 4 martinis. Guys, if you guys aren't familiar with our friend Ashton Forbes, he is pioneering the MH370 videos. I mean, it is a wild time, but if you've heard about those in the last 6 months, it's from Ashton Forbes. We're so blessed to have him in the mix, dude. Okay, we got someone with their first time here. It's Prejudice Potato. My first time here. I saw a UFO when I was 14. It was an impossibly purple-blue beam of light that zapped from east to west. It was faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. Was over in a second. That's not an uncommon story, my friend. That's not uncommon at all. Prejudice Potato, I'm glad you're here. And thanks for sharing.
While it being not an uncommon story, it's still unique and still beautiful.
No, I mean this is a
great point, Shane.
This is a unique like snowflake right here, right? It's.
I'm gonna read it. Right. I'm gonna read it in my Australian voice. My first time here, I saw a UFO when I was 14 years of age. It was impossibly purple. Blue beam of light shined across my body and levitated me into the next essence. That zapped from east to west. It was faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. It was over in a second, and it was majestic and beautiful.
Hey, I think Prejudice Potato loved that. Well, we loved you sharing your story, man. Glad you're here.
And yeah, I really do too, because I had it happen to me.
As an experiencer and a witness of something, weigh in on these videos. Weigh in. We're going to be checking in with the chat the entire time. We want to know what you guys think. Well,
Shane, let's be real. Keep it paused here. Didn't you see a red orb? Does this look like the red orb you saw?
The thing is like I saw it up close. So like the red orb I saw was, it looked like you had like a plastic ball, and then you had like red jelly in it moving like this. And there were 6 of them in a circle.
Damn.
So this is too far away. And obviously, if you want to judge on the size, this is huge. Like whatever this is, if it's a flare or whatever it is, it's quite massive. I would think from just the rough picture we have here.
It looks very unique. Like it has.
I do believe in space whales. I'm a big fan of space whales. So it's a whale pooping out red light.
Yeah. A space cetacean, is that what they're called? Okay, we're moving on. We're gonna let this thing play out. We got Kent Reynolds in the mix. Kent's awesome, man. Good to see you here, man.
This music is baller, dude.
He's vibing, right?
Just want to be free to dance like Kevin Bacon, you know.
Dude, it has some spook to it, but some dance to it, some groove. It's good.
This is garbage. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Oh, I know what that is. Are you serious? Look at that.
Okay, wait. Hold on a second. It's starting to spin.
It's been spinning.
So film this.
I think it was a rave. Oh, they got an actual shot of it. Way up in the sky.
He's got the faraway shot. Okay.
Holy moly.
What the hell is that?
Okay, so I'm seeing two things happening here, okay? And I think it has to do with the frame rate of the camera. So this one, you can see it's moving much faster. It feels like that. The frame rate must be way faster. This one is it's out of sync. This is out of sync, all right? This guy right here. You guys can't see it, whatever. The guy on the right is out of sync with the frame rate of the camera. So it's moving different. Like helicopter blades sometimes look to a camera. And it might even start moving in reverse. Let's see.
If jellyfish, no, why not whales?
Good question. It's a valid question.
I like how like the zoomed in it's just spinning, and then in the it's slowly forming the circle. That's pretty cool.
God, this is a wild one. I've never seen anything like this. Have you guys?
Well, I mean, I've watched a lot of these, so yeah. But did Chris Bledsoe film this? LOL.
Guys, don't hate on Chris Bledsoe. He's putting all this stuff on Instagram for you guys to see.
Yeah, and he's charging you the low price of $500.
He doesn't charge money, does he?
No,
Yes, he
doesn't
does.
charge for orb sightings. Get out of here, dude.
Well, he only shows orbs to Danny Jones or other popular famous people.
Oh, you're waiting but you want him to show to CNN, right?
Yeah.
CNN ain't gonna share no orb video, dude.
Look, man, if you're telling me you can summon aliens, and then stop doing it for like popular podcasters, just do it for everybody.
He does. He shares it on Instagram. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, Christopher Bledsoe, go to Instagram. We might pull it up. You guys can go see. He's a well-known experiencer, and he's been sharing his videos.
Why is he not in Central Park wearing a robe like with a staff? And he's just like, oh,
there we go. That's what we need.
Like, I mean, well, I'm just saying, if you're
looking for a rainbow light body,
then do it. Then do it. Then
chat. What would you guys do? Let's say you guys found out that through your consciousness, you can summon orbs in the sky. Would you be doing it for the news? Would you do it for your friends first? Who gets to see your orbs first?
He's been doing it for 10 years. He what are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
10 years. That's a whole decade, man.
Chris Bledsoe is what I like to call FOS. Full of shit.
You really think that, huh?
I really do.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, Ashton's probably all over this. He's like, there's a plane. It's teleporting. Like, I don't know. Ooh, what is that? That was tic-tacky. That does look tic-tacky.
Interesting.
It's hauling ass.
Does it have any information in the description about like date, location for these?
This video is like 2 hours long. I doubt it.
Oh.
That's a parachuter. I think that's a parachute with flares. Yeah. No, maybe never mind. That's a break in reality. That's a dimensional gate. I changed my opinion. What the fuck?
Should we go back? That was weird, huh?
That's a government spacecraft.
What in the world?
That is an experimental government plane. It is literally blinking like a plane would.
Is it just a lens flare?
No, watch. Wait, is this the same thing? Oh no, it's not. I don't know what that other thing was. This is a government plane or like an RC helicopter. I can't tell.
This looks like the one that was filmed from a woman's video camera where she's like, aliens landed in my yard. Let's see if we got audio from this one.
Aliens.
Nope, we have music.
Audio's not helping.
Audio didn't do jack for this stream.
Dun 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 dun. This is like some Billy Myers shit. I don't know what this is.
In the 90s, you can get away with so much.
So much, dude.
Like, you can get away with so much. Like, yeah, this is that video. This is the video I was thinking of.
I love when we played that Jackie Hernandez stuff from the 90s, and it was just the worst.
Dude, she knows how to captivate, dude. I'm always watching Jackie Hernandez.
Oh yeah, I've talked to her. She's a good lady.
Guys, this video for me, I'm with you on RC ride. Like, I love the stories behind some of these ones. This one was like particularly creepy. She literally was like, "Hey, listen, I zoomed out on this craft that landed in my yard, and I think she says that she can see beings on it. She could make out like beings moving around."
Yeah, straight there. Lens flare like that. Yeah, these are a lot of these are old.
This is JJ. Oh, these are from the 90s. I mean, we're going over old stuff, guys. Like,
why is Ashton in the chat and not on here? He's probably drinking a 5 olive martini right now. Ashton, come on here.
Probably is, dude. Let's send Ashton a stream invite. Let's get him.
He's like dipping his.
Whoa, that was an interesting one. What is this?
That's a cigar-shaped craft. Go back.
Is this in reverse or?
I love cigar-shaped craft, bro. That was the Nordics.
No, this is the trip.
That's a sun.
This is a trip. That wouldn't be the first video we saw where like molten stuff was dripping out of it. That could have been an easy. Oh, it's a cigar.
Cigar. I told you. I called it before you ever showed. I love them. I love cigar.
Mick West would say this is just a plane viewed from straight on, so you can't.
An alien could show up to Mick West and like stand before him in his living room. He'd be like, "You're obviously like some fishing line on a bottle cap, bro." You're
right. A real alien hunter brings up an amazing point that this is why real alien hunter, we got a kinship here. This is why I like watching these older videos. There was no CGI back then, especially from your own home. Like right now, like since 2012, basically, I could have done any of this stuff from a laptop. But like before then, you can't. And not a lot of people had this in their house at all. No one had video editing equipment. You had to do reel to reel. So like the idea of cutting film with tape and putting it back together for this is crazy. So this is why there are some value to these old ones. And some of them you can write off instantly. Some of them are like super mysterious, man.
I mean, come on, man. People are really seeing legit weird stuff in the sky. I've seen it, so it's real. But
UFO Shane isn't real. He's an AI, actually. That's how far we've come with CGI. AI voice, not even a real person.
That's right. That's why I can do voices like this. You know, I'm from Brisbane, Australia. But anyways, I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom.
Hey, do your thing. Just mute your mic. Okay, did anybody else? We had. No, I'm not going to bring it up. Basically, in his spaces, you definitely heard someone pee. No big deal. We're going to keep playing these clips.
I'm down to watch that video in a bit too. I don't know if you saw that. Jaime Maussan released the footage of Brian Graves being told ahead of time about the mummies.
That's going to be cool, guys. Have you heard about the alien mummies from Peru? Have you heard anything about them? If we talk about them, are you going to be like lost? Do we have to give you a recap? Because we'd love to dive in on some new recent news regarding the so-called alien mummies. If you've been living under a rock, I totally understand. But if you're, in the mix, you might want to hear about this. This looks like the Colaris image, doesn't it? The shape of this thing?
Yeah, but this pause looks super like a animated graphic from a 2005 Discovery Channel documentary.
I'm struggling to see what this is other than a CGI image. I'm struggling. Okay, let's see. Maybe they'll zoom out and one of these things will have hair. You're like, oh, it was a close-up image of someone's face or something. But yeah, Shane's avatar picture is really good. Okay, it's going behind. You know what I think that is?
What is that? Lava?
I think this is a volcano. I think this is a plane engine. I think that they're looking down at the ground and there's something bright on the ground. That's what I think is happening. I think this is a plane engine and it's someone filming from a plane. I have no idea. I think we're just playing a little Yahtzee today. Let's see what we can find out. Does it match the movement I'm thinking of? Yeah, it does.
But what is it on the ground?
Okay, what on the ground can light up like this? An IKEA. Okay, there's an IKEA option. A concert of some kind. Oh, that's super bright for a concert. It's very localized. It's not pumping up. Oh, who's from Brisbane, Australia? Hey, shout out to Australia, guys. What, you guys just not waking up? Wake up to some UFOs. Yeah, this doesn't resemble like the top of a building, like light. It doesn't resemble really anything. And I've seen images like this from a plane that's looking down at the clouds. And usually if it's like a concert or a sign or a skyscraper, the light, what's the word? It falls off much more gradually. This is a square object illuminated. Could it be an IKEA? I want to know. What do you guys think? Let's see if we can find out any more from just watching and listening. And now we're in ISS 2021. So no, we couldn't find out anymore. They said that's all you get. This looks like a triangle craft. This is from the International Space Station. We got some craftiness there. Mexico 2021. Guys, if you type in to Jaime Maussan, Mexico is a UFO hotspot, he will retweet that because there's something to it. Some of our best videos come from Mexico.
We got some backstage.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm
Okay, wrong.
I'm back. I'm sorry. This is weird.
Special guest in the house, Friday night stream.
Yeah.
Get with it. We got Ashton Forbes, y'all.
What up?
Oh, let's do it.
How you doing, man?
Hey, look at this crew of misfits we got going on here. If you guys are not following these guys on YouTube, get on YouTube, follow them. Skyfire News on there. You know, let's diversify this thing. But yeah, what are we doing here tonight?
We are watching UFO videos.
Yeah, we're just
I don't know
going
what
to like.
the
Let's
hell
see
we're
if we
doing.
can. We gotta see us all in the mix.
How about
Is
this one?
possible? Ooh, maybe.
I believe it's on the other side, though. We get 8 custom layouts. We just need to move these ones. How do I edit these?
Dude, we were on a farm. It's from the Gold Coast. Nice,
Okay,
Mike.
guys,
Freaking nice.
I love that you're here, Ashton, for this because these are like older videos. Most of them are older, and people just have not seen them ever. But this one is from 2021.
Here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting.
That's pretty weird.
It's rotating. It's rotating.
It's like something on a Nazi bell experiment.
It really does.
And the Nazi bell was a lot more elongated. Go back. It skipped it. It's
Oh,
all
my
it was.
camera cut out. Look at these guys they're trying to sabotage the stream.
That's a
Out of my
TR3B.
watch.
Straight
Drop
up
down.
TR3B. Mexico 2010.
Mexico.
Friend of the show.
Mexico, friend of the show, the entire country.
They are.
I guess. Not when I'm on here.
Where's the diversity from?
Dude, I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. I'm
This is the
literally a
most
Jew.
diverse UFO show online right now.
Yeah.
Just
We got a
so you guys know.
Jew. We
Sure,
got
I'm bringing down the average over here.
we got whatever Red Panda is, and we got whatever Tupa is. You know, we're doing good.
It's a mixed bag.
This is fake. That is 100% CGI.
Oh,
Go
man.
back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
No, this is a football game, Shane.
Yeah, I want to see that weird one again, though. The one right
That
before
one
that.
before was 100% fake. That is CGI.
Yeah, it does
Oh,
look pretty.
that looks. This looks like it was from Babylon 5. Remember the show?
Yeah,
Babylon
dude,
5?
that is so freaking fake, dude. What the hell?
Not
The
on
ones
our
that
watch.
I'm questionable about where there's like a weird light on them in like a spot that makes no sense, and
Yeah.
like in this line. If this one
Look
was real, like I'd eat my hat. I literally would.
Look at the color, Ashton. Like, look at the
Yeah.
color.
Dude, this is
It's so
quantum leap.
fake, dude. Look at the blending. They did a poor job.
Yeah.
Poor job.
One thing to look at when you see objects like this is like how white are the whites, how black are the blacks, right? Like, because you can really figure out if it was superimposed on the image, if it matches the lighting and the shadows of what the scene is. That's how I was
Yes.
able to determine through with an amateur skill that this object here was actually in the frame. It's like actually there.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
real, but it's a balloon.
Real, but a balloon. And honestly, yeah, for sure. Okay, here's this. Back to the football game. Red, is this the Super
I
Bowl
remember this
UFO?
one. Yeah, this is that Super Bowl one, right?
1939.
Yeah, I believe so. 1979. There you go.
So check this out, guys. Chat,
He's
tell us
abducted
what you
live
think
in the
this
field.
is. Those ain't birds.
That
Memory Hill says that's UFO Shane.
Oh,
It's pretty weird looking. It almost looks like it's like two of those what are they? Circle things like perpendicular to one another, like
Yep.
it's spinning
Yep.
around, right?
and actually, there are like reports and researchers who determine this might be kites. There's kites that fly this way.
they look like kites to me.
And
Pretty
you know what
high
I mean?
for a kite, but yeah.
It's a very high for a kite, dude. Like, look how far they have to zoom in on this thing, and it's like over the football game. So you never
Yeah.
know. But this is like in the clouds. It almost looks like maybe there's some people in the stands flying kites. Who knows? Bizarre.
Yeah, it's like where's the string attached
The
to
way,
that? But
the
it
way
is pretty
they're like flicking, in the
Mhm.
wind. It
Mhm.
looks like a kite to me.
Yes, very.
Oh, I
very
love this video. I love
right.
this video.
I think it's interesting too. This just
There's
came
a
out
whole
this year.
story behind this one.
Okay,
I
we're gonna
love it.
watch it. And Shane, I want you to fill us in with what you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit!
A dude was working security. He
Whoa.
was outside smoking, and he caught this cigar. I mean, just saying.
He said he's
It's
working
pretty
a security-
elongated, though,
security
'cause of the
guard
light,
caught
yeah.
this.
From what I remember, he was a security guard outside smoking, and he was just like filming, and he just happened to catch what it could also be like what do you call those like elongated things with the wings that people think exist? Maybe elemental sandy. I'm not sure. Fudgesicles. I can't remember. What they're called.
Like a jinn in the Middle East. So some kind of spiritual being.
Well, I mean,
yes.
No, but
I knew Tuba was gonna love that. Tuba's like, yes. That's
I have someone translate like weekly for me, like Middle Eastern newspapers about the paranormal. It's wild.
Really?
Yep.
I've even wanted to make some sort of inflatable. What is he saying? What is he saying?
Yeah, there you go.
Inflatable to UFO. Okay, that's interesting. If anyone out in the chat wants to fake UFO videos, let us know, because it's cool to see the fake ones with, side by side with the real ones, so you can kind of contrast and compare.
Yeah, you were saying earlier, like, I think that most videos probably aren't fake. I think it's more likely there's just like a normal explanation. Like a lot of the videos you watch, there's no perspective, or it's like only a second or two and things like that. Those are the ones I'm really more skeptical of. But I think that it's something normal. It just happens to look weird, kind of like a prosaic explanation. But I just can't imagine people out there like faking a lot of these videos. It's like, who's got the time for that? I mean, yes, maybe a few are fake, and you can kind of tell right away when they are. It's like it's too perfectly in frame. It looks too clear, stuff like that.
It was uploaded by some guy who's never been online ever, like all kinds of weird stuff that kind of telltale signs that, hey, this is fishy. But yeah, this is something interesting. I like, even if this is moving fast, right, and it's not really long, even if it's just moving fast, it's moving incredibly fast, because the frame rate of phones, that's what this guy's filming at 2024, it's fast enough to catch this stuff. You don't really get a lot of motion blur like this.
Does he show it in real time though? Because I mean,
so I think I'm in real time. I want to double check. Yep, I'm in real time. Let's see what we got. NFL.
Yeah, that's moving pretty fast.
Oh yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking.
That's pretty big.
And you can see these two dots here, right here and here. That to me reminds me of something that's moving fast and doesn't really in the same part of the same exact part of the craft or part of the thing is being captured by two different frames, right? So it's blending them together. It reminds me of the rods. Remember the rod?
That big. Yeah.
Just really
the rod. Fast. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. But it doesn't have the wings the rods have.
No, the rods are really interesting. Guys, chat, if you guys want to hear about the rods or see a rod video, let me know. This is again an anomaly from the 90s because of the video compression rate that was happening.
All right, this is obviously fake. I don't know what this is.
Could be anything.
I have no perspective of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I don't know the right side. Okay. Like
we got turkey.
2024. It says
this looks like a video game I bought for Sega in 1997. Like on the right side.
But the problem is that like the commercial equipment is so rudimentary compared to what the military has. This is why you really can't tell. Like all we're looking at is just a blob, right? It's just a white blob. It's like what am I supposed to make out of this? Where when you look at military footage, you're seeing in multispectral cameras that are like the most expensive multi-million-dollar cameras versus this is like probably taken by like a $100 or less camera that you can buy.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like you have like a real camera image on the left, and on the right, it's like come on,
but
man.
These are two different locations, and they're two different dates.
Oh, no wonder I didn't see that. It's cut off over there. Oh, it's two different things. Okay. Oh,
okay,
so comparing two different things.
I think what they're trying to show is that they're similar shapes, even though one's moving kind of vertically and one might be turned on its side. And the one over here on the right, you can see that it has the typical saucer with the dome shape on it. That might be why they highlighted this. And this actually looks like one of the 2017 videos that got released. Right.
The thing I like about the one on the right is those dark patterns, like the shading you see above it and below it.
Yeah. Again, that's reminiscent.
That's where it makes me wonder if it's consistent with electrogravitics. Or electromagnetism.
The one on the right looks fake as shit to me, but
chat, let us know if you want to talk about electrogravitics, because we can
Shane,
break that down for you.
You're gonna love this one, Shane. 178 in the space, 25 in YouTube. Let's go.
Hey, we've been in spaces in Twitter for so long. This is our second week in YouTube. I love those numbers.
Wait, is there a space going on right now too?
We pop it over live in Twitter for the Twitter family to check out.
There was Shane had his own earlier.
Shane Space earlier was crushing it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. Whoever UFO Shane is, he's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's coherent still right now.
That is so fake. That is so fake. That right side. Go back. Let's
see if it zooms in on it on its own. What is this?
I'm not saying.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
That is so fake, dude. It's like,
yeah, that one was weird. Dude. That one was hard. That was
so fake, dude. But who knows? I don't know.
Hey, shout out to Prejudice Potato. I really appreciate the YouTube stream. I don't use Twitter. Yeah, we don't use X. Not everybody's doing it, but YouTube's got a huge audience. We're glad you're here, Prejudice Potato. What do we got, dude? Pavel, this is fun as well. Yeah, right. It is. This is interesting. Now, this is Taiwan 2022.
Yeah.
What are we going to see here?
Whatever that is it's cooking. I think it's moving.
It's a bird. No. What?
What?
No way.
What?
No way.
As my friend UFO Shane would say, that's full disclosure if that one's real.
That's no
this
way.
Thing is what, flying over the road and then comes directly at them.
What?
And not only that, but it let's watch it again real quick.
Yeah, we gotta watch this again, guys. This is our first double take.
It goes right. It banks to the left.
It's kind of
comes across the road.
Yeah.
Now it banks right again.
That was a flap. You guys saw a bird flap.
No way. That's real.
Dude, this is a bird flap. The wing flap right here. Boom. Come on. There's nothing else that can make that thing.
How's it so glowy though?
So here's the deal.
The bird has like LEDs strapped on it.
Yeah, seriously.
Easily explainable because this is an IR camera. You can tell there's not a lot of color definition in this thing. It's mostly green. My guess is this guy's camera has IR on it, and whatever's coming at them is reflecting the light. So I don't think it's emitting light. I think the object's reflecting light. But this is where it gets weird. Birds have how many eyes? 2, and they're really close together. This thing seems to have 3 reflective objects on around its front. There's no clear eye.
Way.
There's this bird flap situation though.
That does look like a bird, but I don't know. It's glowing pretty hard for a bird.
I think what's happening is that it's going behind some of the shrubbery, and so the light's kind of like disappearing. But
it looks like what Anakin Skywalker.
That's interesting, Ashton. That's interesting.
It's weird anyway, though.
We gotta play it one more time in completion, guys. This is the Taiwan 2022 video. If you want to talk about it, have any questions about it in the chat, just write Taiwan. What is this? What is this?
Right, Taiwan, guys.
Yeah, write it down. I'm gonna hit play on this, and guys, I gotta handle.
I like these videos. I haven't seen any of these.
Dude, they're cool. They're cool. Okay, 1 second.
That looks like a Naboo starship.
Something about the way it's moving just seems too phony. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
So fake. This might be real though.
Problem with this one's I have no depth perception. How far away is that? Is that just something flying right above the roof, or is this something that's much further away?
It's going awful slow.
What is this, Canada?
No telling what that is.
That one can just be a bird. I mean, there's nothing preventing that from being a bird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Nothing. It's cool. I love seeing it. Oh no!
And the shape looks weird, but we're zoomed in on it.
Yeah. This is odd. This is weird. This isn't 100% a bird. And the thing about it too is that it has that weird wobble. That weird wobble that some UFOs exhibit because of what you mentioned earlier, Ashton, electrogravitics, using electricity and magnetism to counter the effect of gravity.
Like surfing.
Like surfing. Or like those
no way
magnetically locked, right? Those super
seems kind of tiny if it's a UFO though.
I think you're just compared to the size of the moon. Everything's small compared to the moon. No, I'm playing.
No way.
It's bird size.
It's bird size.
For real.
This we're seeing some kind of artifact, with the light here. So it's not that's not the real shape of it.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah. So I think what we're seeing here, these bokeh, that's what they're called. Bokeh. A lot of people say bokeh. I don't subscribe to that pronunciation.
I never even knew that word before
I say bokeh
came out.
Yeah, the bokeh here, it's what it does is it looks exactly like the sensor of the camera. So that's why every single light source, when it's this blurred out, it just resembles a shape. That shape happens to be the sensor of the camera. That's why they all look the same as soon as they get to a sufficient brightness. But this is just out of focus. I can't say this is anything anomalous whatsoever. This is the old Burger King logo.
This is so fake, dude.
This one does look like the Burger King logo, though.
It does. I miss that old Burger King.
That
logo.
was horribly fake.
Oh, that's the Ukraine one right there.
Oh yeah, guys. I don't know if you guys know about this. We reported on this, but the Ukrainians are fighting this war with drones. They have a lot of drones in the sky, and they're doing war shit with them. But one of them captured this object just being out there. All right, they said that was like there for like 20 minutes, so it's not a passing plane. I'll let you guys see the clip. Judge for yourself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this one's pretty weird.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
getting
like it's just a black blob, but it is definitely levitating. It's really far away, and it's in the sky somewhere.
We're gonna go back to that one. I think. Well, that turned out to be wild. I think this Ukrainian one's very, very fascinating. The so-called pilot or the person who saw this and recorded it, they did give a statement supposedly, but it was kind of inconclusive if it really came from the source. So I don't really want to spill the beans here, but they said what they saw, and it wasn't no plane.
Cigar.
I mean, yeah, it's not a plane for sure.
Looks like a cigar-shaped craft to me.
And
I
you guys are familiar.
Triangular.
You guys are familiar with the sightings happen around war zones all the time. Even back in history, like some of the first sightings or descriptions of what we would call flying saucers today were references like flying Roman shields. Like back in the way back, prehistory, kind of like, dude, there was I don't know, there's some attraction to human activity in UFOs. They're clearly not just passively flying around watching, I mean, they're clearly like they're paying attention to people. They're around people and activities for people, dude. Like, this one's wild.
Hey, Tuba, people are saying in the chat that you need to change the settings on our YouTube channel so Keem can rate us. And then someone asked where Wings of Redemption is. I'll DM it.
Yeah, get Wings in here, man.
Let me DM Wings and see what he's doing.
Nice. Guys, if you're coming into the chat, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. We got Ash and Forbes, UFO Shane, Red Panda Koala, Tupacabra in the mix, and we are trying our best to analyze some of these old UFO videos that have found their way on the internet. That way you guys don't have to. Or if you just want to hear our perspective as people who look at this all the time, this is the place to be.
Yeah, on this one, on the fact that we see them during wartime and in war places, like I would say this is pretty strong evidence that it's our technology, right? It's human technology. Because it's stuff we're utilizing on the battlefield on either side, either the Soviets. I've been calling them the Soviets because I've been watching Thomas Bearden, but Russia,
way back,
or the Ukraine, or the allies to either of those countries, and we've got some crazy stuff out there, and I think that's why we see weird stuff in these locations, particularly.
That's actually a good point. I mean, there's a lot of reports of people being involved with some of this stuff. Let's get over to the next clip. I'm gonna let this guy's ride out.
All right, I DM'd Wings of Redemption. We'll see if he joins.
Where's Keemstar? Is he getting his car stuck in the mud still?
It was a side-by-side, not a car. Okay.
Okay, sorry. His little buggy.
Everyone's saying Wings 1v1 UFO Shane. Me and Wings are cool. I like that guy.
Didn't he used to play Terran? What was his race? He used to play StarCraft, right?
Yeah. He played a lot of shit.
I think I played against him back in the day.
We're trying to fix the thing. What is that?
It's a lollipop. It's a flying lollipop.
What year is this?
They got some really weird ones, huh?
Show where you pose above.
Oh, is this the one over? Oh, this is France nuclear power plant.
This is
that's
fake.
pretty weird.
That's fake. That's
perfect triangle formation, huh?
Yeah, that's. This is so fake, dude. No way, that's real. No way, dude. Okay, that's odd.
Well, that's like a little Mr. Potato Head floating around.
Yeah,
look at that thing.
Looks like a piece of charcoal just like levitating.
Ooh, I like these moon ones.
Yeah, go
that
back.
That was a recent one. That was the recent moon one.
Look at like
you can see the shadow on the actual moon itself.
That is pretty cool.
People are like, oh, they're obviously fake. Maybe they are. I don't know. But if there's some crazy stuff going on, you think we would catch it over the moon,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, all of these could be fake. It only takes one. It only takes one.
Yeah, it just takes one. That's a good point. Look at this one.
I like how you said it's a good point, and then we're looking at this with a point.
Yeah.
Whew.
Pavel, how's it going?
And added Pavel.
Pavel. Nice to see you, man.
Have you met Ashton before, Pavel?
I have a story.
Good to meet you.
Ashton, I want to apologize to you.
Oh.
I don't know. I know you don't remember me because you probably got a lot of messages, but this was a while ago. Granted, I want to preface this by saying I am married to an autistic woman.
All right.
Oh, you were the one who sent me the message about the autism thing.
Yeah,
no worries, man. Water under the bridge.
Hold on. It wasn't an insult because I think people who have autism are way smarter than most of us. The smartest people I know are autistic. So I know it's probably like a cultural thing in the US that you guys see it as an insult. And when I said it to you, I instantly understood that you were offended. So I apologized. And I just left it there because I didn't mean it that way.
No problem, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I was called autistic the other day too. It happens. I appreciate the apology. No big deal. On Joe Rogan,
who called you autistic, Austin or
Ashton? Kurt Metzger was. Yeah. He was joking. He was a comedian.
What show was he on when he called you that?
Just Joe Rogan.
Yeah, just Joe Rogan.
just the biggest podcast in the world. That autistic man was talking about those videos with the UFOs floating around them. I'm artistic. How dare you call me artistic?
I actually send him like math equations all the time, and he's just instantaneous.
Awesome. Like the Rain Man over
I know what black holes are now. Like thanks to Ashton.
We need to get Wings up in here.
I'm trying. I messaged Wings of Redemption.
He said he couldn't join or something. I don't know.
Message me that.
I sent you a video on Twitter, Rhett.
Oh, you want me to play it? Let's see.
Guys, one's in the chat if you have Tism. If you've got Tism, one's in the chat, everybody with Tism. Tism love out there, everybody.
I don't know if that's CGI, what I sent you, but this video, I saw it right after Russia invaded Ukraine, and I thought it was really compelling, so I just sent it to you.
All right, let's watch it real quick, y'all.
A lot of Tism supporters in the chat. I'm loving it. Thank you very much.
All right, let's watch it.
Oh, it's another orb. Okay, this is the one where I call bullshit. When I see like jet fighters flying like 1,000 miles an hour after them, that's when I'm like, okay.
With the perfect shot of the
that's real, shot. Dude.
One more time.
Perfectly centered in on every single one.
We're trying to let Wings in, guys. Like we've all messaged him. We're doing our best here.
Although Ashton, this is totally up your alley, bro.
Oh, I remember seeing this one back.
This video is how I met Paranormal Chris, which I know you hate, Ashton, but this video is how I met him. He broke it down. This is super fake. This is super.
Is this really the one you met him on?
This is the video that he debunked that we became friends on. Like, yeah, this is fake as shit.
Wow.
How many people can go on the live stream? Because we're 5 now, right?
I think 10 can.
10 up to 10.
Really?
Yeah. It can get wild out here. I just spoke to Keemstar, dude. We're about to get a real party in here. Let me edit this so that our face is in front of this video. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I could try that too.
Do my face in the center, and then you guys like really small. Okay.
Shane.
And then put my Twitter handle like in like rainbows.
I'm just gonna cover our logo for right now.
Shane, did you get to speak to Alex Jones? Did I miss that?
Oh no, I did not. Adrian Dittman took up that whole space, and
Tupa did.
There we go.
Got him.
Tupa got to say something. Oh, yeah, I was asleep.
Yeah, it was.
I was sick.
What did you say to him?
Wait, who?
Okay, Wings is trying to join.
Oh, I did it. We had to start the stream, bro. I was on stage forever, but I had a lot of questions for Alex. I would have loved to ask him, but it's good to like say what's up. He saw my face. I'll get in there again.
Local Live says hi in the chat.
What up, Local Live audience? Man, it's good to have you guys here.
Autism W, hella autist in the chat. Love that. One.
I'm gonna have the worst day at work tomorrow. Like I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like, why are you so tired? Like I was talking about UFOs for like 8 hours.
That's the right amount of time to talk about you.
I want to talk to streamers.
What did you ask, Ashton? One in the chat if you have autism?
Yeah, lots of autisms. Up in
Yeah, we
here.
got
A lot of
Maximo,
tism.
Autist, Rusty
Big
Suzuki,
tism support.
Prejudice Potato, Dimitri, Mr. Wizard, Viral Sigma, Ben a Trainwreck, Langy, Homer, Anthony
Especially able.
Jones, Hater 5000, Bean Bandit, That's a Bonzer, #1 Lawnmower Fan, Darlin Smith, Dimitri. All these autists are in the live chat right now. You gotta love it.
You really do. We have, guys, without further ado, we got Keemstar in the mix.
What?
What's going on?
What is up, dude?
Keemstar in the chat.
I'm here from the Loco Lud.
There it is. I love that
soundboard.
I love it.
Dude, can I play you my sound effect, Keemstar?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
It's gonna be a fart.
That's all I got.
Is it your birthday?
I didn't see that coming. I'll be honest.
That's all I got.
Let Wings in. He can't join the chat as saying.
Oh, wings.
It's a fake wings. That's a troll.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
They're trying to set you up for failure.
Oh no.
We got
Don't.
busted with a fake Jaime Maussan earlier too, so that's no surprise.
Whoever that was, definitely wasn't me. But yeah.
Dang, man. Welcome to the show, Keem. We were just going over like old and new UFO videos, kind of getting a good feel about the things, man.
Nice.
Well, the old videos are interesting because the CGI wasn't so rampant, so you couldn't fake things from your house as easily as you can now. So when you see them, you're like, all right, well, how the hell did that happen?
Right. Yeah, I like the older stuff as well. Like I really appreciate the old stories because of that, right? You know, with CGI, AI, all the stuff that we have today. But again, they were still faking shit back then. So
They really were. They loved faking stuff.
Keem, what video do you think is the most credibility in the UFO out of all the UFO videos you've ever seen? Well, what got you like interested in thinking that some of them might be real?
I think the one with the absolute most credibility, just based on like witnesses alone, would have to be Lights Over Phoenix, right? Like
I knew it. You were gonna say Phoenix Lights.
Oh.
I knew it.
Yeah, there's just so many people seen that, right?
There's a video in Brazil, Keem, where a dude was
From Phoenix?
doing carpentry work in Brazil, and he turns around and he had a Razor flip phone, and he turns around and he's like, click, and there's just a floating disc, and it turns sideways and lifts off. Keem. That's my favorite
your
video.
pick? Dude,
that's my pick.
I love that one because it exhibits a flight characteristic that was only like predicted by physicists, right? Of how,
do you know about that one?
how something can fly, right? So you basically, the idea was like the undershape of a UFO determines like how it can break, for instance, the speed of light there. Again, this is deep physics. And it was predicted that it would have to aim its bottom to the direction it wanted to go. And that's what that video exhibits. That's so strange. But dude, the Phoenix Lights are the most interesting in my opinion too. Kurt Russell was the pilot in the sky who called that in. He was landing in Phoenix. He was flying a plane. He had just gotten his pilot's license. He was flying his kid into Phoenix. He saw them over the airport, called it in. And even then, before them, when they went back and looked at all the evidence and all the witnesses, they were able to track a delta, which is a V-shaped object, all the way from like the south of Phoenix going up to Phoenix and past it. And they were like, this is not lights in a V-shape. This is a solid object in a V-shape. Massive.
I was a little kid when that happened, and I remember that it was like this big deal, and then there was some kind of like cover up for it, where like what they were showing on the news was not really what it was, and that was just to confuse people or something like that. But I agree that from Keem's perspective, there was one like with all the witnesses and stuff, like something weird happened for sure that night.
Absolutely. And they tried. Remember when the mayor came out with an alien in the press conference, and he was like, "Yo, it was nothing," and he tried to make a whole joke of it, and then later on had to go in like documentaries and be like, "Yeah, that was my bad. It was actually we don't know what it was." Like that's a serious discrepancy, man. Very serious.
We're never getting disclosure because of stupid crap like that. And like there was stuff where a guy was posting about some of the scalar physics, direct energy weapon stuff, and then you had Greg Gutfield on Fox News and two girls going, "Oh, this is all science fiction and so dumb, blah blah blah." I'm going, "Oh man, we're never gonna get the truth for any of this stuff."
Guys, I have to go to bed.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. I did invite Wings of Redemption chat, so he has the link.
Too.
he can join the real
Yes.
wings.
Dude, I want to see the
The real
continuation of the Shane versus Wings of Redemption's like discernment. Are UFOs real? I love that he said, I like it. I like UFOs. I just think they're bullshit. That was an interesting quote.
Yeah. Wings is wings. Oh, what else to say to that? Really?
We got to get Shane's lighting fixed here as well. So we can see
It's
your
good
face.
lighting, dude.
And when you see your beautiful face, you got the background's looking pretty nice.
I like that background.
Yeah,
That is
it's pretty
cool.
good.
Looking like a 1996 laser tag arena. I love it.
I'm pretty sure this audience that I brought over from Lolcow, I'm pretty sure you guys all know about those mummy aliens. They were in the news. Everyone was like making jokes that they were cake and whatnot. Well, some stories came out and a lot of people were coming out saying these things might be real, and they had a press conference. What happened at the press conference?
Well, they had a press conference in America, and it like really it was bad. The press conference they tried in America was in LA, and the audio cut out. They were trying to live stream it. Jaime Maussan came from Mexico, which is like Mexico's premier researcher in this stuff, and he came over, and the whole stream fell apart. But it did have a chance to present some newer facts, newer evidence. There's this huge dispute going on right now between like essentially like what would be like Mexican medical officials and researchers and professors. They're trying to dig into this as well. America, there seems to be a barrier between America buying, like figuring out what this really is. We keep wanting to call them alien mummies. A lot of the researchers down there are saying, no, these aren't aliens. They're just not human. We can't say if they're from another planet or not. But some of them have eggs in their bellies, right? They x-rayed these things. There's full on arms. There's everything in there. Shane thinks it is BS, but dude,
I am trying so hard right now.
Shane, it is.
I think it's very real. Very real.
I think it's total bullshit. It looks like they were rolled in Frosted Flakes.
Shane.
I think they're terrible. Jaime Maussan, who promotes these alien mummies, has lied 48 times prior. 48 times. And you just screw that, right? It's total bullshit. Like you're telling me that someone brought a corpse of I'm trying not to cuss. Brought the corpse of an alien forward, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, look at that. That is the fakest goddamn shit I've ever fucking seen. Look, it's like huddling itself. It's like, it's so fake. Jaime Maussan is a liar. That dude had COVID. Oh my God. These are
What
fake.
about him having COVID?
He
what?
had COVID centers in Mexico, and he was trying to heal people with these centers, and he got shut down by the Mexican government, the most corrupt government you can have, ran by cartels, everything. They were like, let's not do that. And I get that the chick on the right, it looks hot. The dude on the left looks like he's coding for fucking like Dell or something.
Is that Michael?
This is horrible. Like these are
Michael.
Not real. And then people are like, "Oh, dude,
that is Michael."
Oh, that is Michael.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it is.
Michael who?
Dude, Michael
Mazzola.
Shame on you, Michael. Shame
Friend of the
on
show.
you.
Michael Mazzola is a researcher and a filmmaker. He directed some of Stephen Greer's best documentaries.
That's even worse. You just made it worse.
No, these documentaries
Just
captured
made it
America.
worse.
No, they captured the attention of the world.
You
Dude. That's a
just
huge
made it
accomplishment.
worse. Like Stephen
No. Let's be fair. Those documentaries are good.
Agreed.
Especially
like crying. He's like, I'm just trying to tell you
especially
guys.
Unacknowledged is one of the best I've ever seen, to be honest with you.
Yes.
About
If you're
UFOs.
able to listen to a bunch of lies.
Yeah, they're doing another thing in Peru coming up here soon, and Michael
Really?
City's going to come on like right after, maybe even the
And
same
then
day.
you know what they're
Really
going to do, Red? They're going to have
What are they
another
gonna do?
one 3 weeks later, and they're going to have another one 3 weeks later,
It's like
and they're
it's
going
like
to have another
UFO
one
Twitter
3
week.
weeks later. It's a joke. This is bullshit.
But
This is literally like, it looks like it was like made of plaster. And everyone all day told me, they're like, there's no way you can put bones in something and make it look real. Have you ever watched a movie? Do you know what props are? Like, dude, this is a joke. Okay, I'm going to be very clear here.
Shane,
The person who initially started this was found stealing gold from Peru. And then he started making mummies on this mummy mill.
with the
And then it
gold,
went to
with the gold money.
Well, no, he got caught and prosecuted. But This is fake. This is fake. I mean, come on, look at this. This is fake.
So the
And
story is they faked it like a dozen mummies and plastered them for some reason, and what they use chicken bones. Is that what it is?
No, they did not use chicken bones.
How did they make them?
They used bones of ancient people, mostly children bones. And regardless of if they're bones of children now or in the past, they're still children bones. They're bullshit. These are lies. These are fake. They are trash. This is idiocy. The fact that this dude has lied 48 other times is crazy. And by the way, I put a 1 in chat too, because that chick on the right is hot.
Hey, we're
like,
Chad is blowing up about the chick on the right. Bring her back up.
I was like,
we're gonna bring her back, dude.
I'm gonna bring her back. I'm gonna.
We got some thirsty chatters right now.
I'm gonna put this fake, stupid fucking mummy in the middle. I'm gonna have a big tittied Guatemalan chick on the right, and then whoever this dude is on the left, looking like he's coding for Dell in 19.
No, that's Michael Mazzola, friend of the show.
Dude, we know him. He's
coming on.
You know him. I don't know him. He looks crazy.
Dude, he directed. He directed like unacknowledged. Dude, even Steven Tyler, the singer from Aerosmith.
Oh my god.
The singer from Aerosmith.
Anything with Steven Greer is even worse. But the chick on the right, what's her name?
Hey, let's get Shane her this girl's number here.
I'm gonna ask. That's
Esmeralda. It's Esmeralda.
Guys, when we have Michael, the man on the left, if you guys didn't notice, there's a guy on the left of this image. When we have him on, you guys come to the chat. We got to figure out who this chick is and what was their view.
Boobs are real. Those are real boobs.
This guy on the left though is fake though. He's CGI probably.
AI. I hope he is.
That is nice.
Yeah.
On the left, you have this white dude.
Y'all know that y'all have access to the internet, right?
We're gonna lose viewers if I go to the LinkedIn one, dude. We gotta go right back.
It's ridiculous. Right. It's so fucking stupid.
Right under V-line or neckline.
Dude, hold on, Shane. How do you explain the hands, though?
How do I explain the hands?
Yeah, give me some hand knowledge. Walk me through how you make these. Walk me through this. This is tridactyl
hand. Put some
hand.
goddamn finger bones together, and you and then you have.
So
hands.
You think that is a chicken wing, right?
You
think
that
is like a 6-piece chicken wing rearranged?
How? The question was how Shane. How do you explain the hands? And I explain the hands by you put a bunch of bones together, wrap them in frosted flakes. And you have hands.
Shane, have you ever seen
super glue?
Real question, Shane. Have you ever seen what an actual mummy looks like when it's brought out?
Yes, I went to Egypt when I was like 26.
A real mummy looks like it's made of paper mache and crushed corn.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a corpse that was dried out.
I swear it does. And I'm going to bring up some images
here. So
you
went to Egypt. You saw Egyptian mummies too.
I was born in a sarcophagus. So
okay.
Dude,
what?
I wasn't. But I will say this:
awesome,
when I first came aware of this UFO mummy situation, or the alien mummy, when I first found out about them, I did exactly what Shane is doing. I said, "Well, I'm never going to even look at these. Who cares, right?" I saw them. I was like, "This is so dumb," and I just knew there's a lot of weird frauds coming out, a lot of fakes, a lot of spoofs. So I didn't see nothing about it. Then a couple years after that, I watched a video of them unearthing a mummy from a tomb, and this mummy had all the same characteristics of what I disregarded as a fake paper mache piece of nothing. I went back and looked at it, dude, and I don't think it's corn.
That is so fake.
Nah, that's an alien.
I can't do it.
That's an alien.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to send
Red
Panda Koala a picture of 48 other lies Jaime has told, and I want him to put it up on the screen. You want to put up his fake alien bullshit? I want his 48 lies up on the screen. That's what I want.
Shane, did you ever
want this back up on the screen?
That's a sectoid, man. That's a sectoid.
All right, Ashton, with this image up, why do you think this is a real being?
Megan convinced me that this is real. She's a legit researcher. And we got some thirsty guys in the chat. Guys, if you are into big brained women, find Megan on Twitter. She knows all about the alien mummies. She said there's some implanted stuff in there and weird stuff going on. And yeah, I trust her. So that's the reason why I go with it.
I like Megan too, but that doesn't mean she can't be wrong. And these are that is fake. It literally looks like it was rolled around in like chalk. Like this is fucking bullshit.
Cut a
dude.
knife through it. Let's find out if it's cake or not.
You and this is Keemstar's fault, by the way. Keem, you know what you did because you brought up the Nazca mummies. He knows I hate this shit. This stuff is bullshit. These are fucking fake.
No,
I
these are legit.
don't think he's listening though.
He is. No, I promise you, he is.
Oh yeah, he's listening.
You're telling me that someone brought an alien body forward, and then everyone was like,
Yes. Okay, Shane, what do you think? You don't think this one's real, but this one you gotta agree is the most real looking thing you've ever seen.
That is the fakest shit I've ever seen in my life. It literally is like this. It's like, look, I'm an alien mummy, guys. Look at me.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board, bro. Look at him.
No.
It's literally every stereotype.
Oh, you wait and see, Shane. You're gonna be eating your words,
dude. This is bullshit, trash, garbage, lunacy. This is ass.
How do they do the head? Do they add like a potato onto the head, or how do they make it like that shape if it's fake? I want to know.
It's a llama skull.
Rumored.
It's a llama skull.
Shane, you should make your own mummy, dude, and do like a how-to video.
I could do
really
better
funny.
than they did for sure.
What I don't understand is what is the fucking powdered shit? Like, why does it look like plaster?
They say it's diatomaous earth, is what they say.
The fuck is
but
that?
you can buy that
it's
at Home
a long
Depot.
word for paper mache. Is what
you can buy diatomaous earth at Home Depot for $27 a kilo. So,
well, presumably they're like petrified or something, or they dug them out of the ground, right? Or I don't know.
Look! Like, how did this thing walk? Like, how did it move?
Well, okay, but Shane, here's the problem, right? They did confirm with carbon testing that this stuff's like at least 1,000 years old, right? So how do you explain that?
They dug up children bones and put them in this mummy, and those children bones were 1,000 years old. If you go to Peru and you look at the Nazca lines, there are burials all around. There are these huge pits, and they're filled with the bones of children. And they took the bones of those children, and they took super glue from the Dollar General by your house, and they glued them together and said, "It's aliens, guys."
So, ladies and gentlemen of Skyfire News, we have breaking news right now. The aliens did not create us humans. We created the aliens.
Oh, that's a spin we did not hear about yet. But I mean, that kind of makes sense. We're over here just making them 1,000 years ago, hodgepodging children bones. No way, dude. No way.
1,000-year-old llama skull, man. 1,000-year-old llama skull.
No, I'm about to pop a blood vessel.
Dude,
how are they letting random people go take pictures with the mummy like that? Like,
yeah, what if she sneezed? You know what I mean? Like, and it just thinks.
Oh, I thought she was a researcher.
Have you seen the video where they
I don't know who this
mummy?
person is.
They're like this. I'm gonna use this pretzel bag. They're like.
Did you forget you have like a green screen on or something?
So he's just disappearing.
He's got a green bag.
Okay, hold on.
To be honest, I didn't know there was a guy in this image for a long time.
Okay, hold on.
It's Michael Mazzola, friend of the show.
Like, they're real aliens, guys.
We
like,
do have to get you.
Here,
we have to get you, Shane, trying to recreate one of these. Because I don't know, man. I think
I want to build a 70-foot platform in my backyard with a.
They did DNA tests on this thing. They determined this thing it's made up of something that's not human. But explain the eggs. Explain the eggs, Shane. Explain the eggs.
Let's call it eggs.
Yes. Yes, some of these have.
If you show me these hands one more time, one more motherfucking time, I swear to God, dude.
How'd they get that picture with that thing though? Like, can we get one with Shane next to the mummy?
You better not. I swear to God, no one better.
I'm gonna Photoshop you into that shit.
You better not. You better. These are fake. These are fake. There's an entire museum in Peru that has hundreds of these things. Hundreds.
Hold on,
it's
where?
In Peru. I don't remember the name of it, but there's literally a museum.
Hundreds of them,
dude. That's the kind of thing that we need to have, like journalists go down there and film, because we hear these stories that these are just part of like their folklore or something, but we don't know.
Send me to Peru. Send Skyfire News. I will go to Peru. I will.
We should hit up Darcy Weir. He made a whole documentary about it, right? How these aren't real.
Yeah, Darcy Weir went to Mexico And then someone who worked on Jaime Maussan's staff was like, "Hey, man, this dude's full of shit," and he left the next day. He was like, "Okay."
What do you guys feel about a lot of this information being hidden, like in documentaries and whatnot, behind a paywall? Because it's like I feel like the general public would know more about this stuff if there wasn't a paywall behind like all these documentaries and all this information, and then you're getting it secondhand by someone talking on YouTube or on a Twitter space, and it's like, I don't know if that's true. Well, here's my source, this documentary. Well, that's $10. I'm not watching it. You know, I'm not paying $10. What do you guys think about that?
Do you think that, are you implying these people are scammers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is too. Yeah. You know, like we sit here in this community and we're like, oh man, we're getting disclosure. And people are like, hey, I wouldn't talk to all these UFO heroes, but only pay me a certain amount of money. And you can see my interviews. I got exclusive access for money. Pay me money.
Dude, I think it was set up that way. It was set up that way. I think a lot of the people who drop information, they drop it to the people who are going to be able to profit off of it, and they use that as motivation for them to stay with them and just keep to paint within the lines is what I think.
Tuba, real quick, I sent the graphic to Red Panda. I have not seen it pop up yet. I swear to God, I want this graphic on this show. I want you to show all 48 of this man's lies on this show. I sent it in the group chat.
Okay, well, for now,
read them out.
The ship Masson and Garrido said accomplished the Hale-Bopp comet, the UFO sighting Venus during the eclipse of July 11th, 1991.
Hold on, can we rewind? I don't want to hear you read out 48 lies. I'm curious about this top one.
Pick up the best ones.
What's the top one? Hale-Bopp comet, dude? What's that about?
Roswell slides is going to be like number 36. Alternativa 3 falling on Mars, whatever that is. This is like, these are 48 confirmed lies this dickhead has sold.
Wait, what's the one about the Twin Towers?
Oh my God.
The
Twin Towers, UFO in 2000, sci-fi the blimp? I don't even know what any of these are.
Exactly,
I'm about to
they're all confirmed lies. The same
I think ChatGPT wrote this list and no one.
We're about to read.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Live on the
this
stream.
list just made up?
I think
feel like this whole list is just made up.
Misinformation.
That's bullshit.
Oh, Shane's spreading misinformation.
Okay, hold on. Lie number 21. Stand by this, Shane. Lie 21. That Mars robot probes are leaving a trail of mud. I don't even understand that.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that for sure. What
There's
does that
no
even mean?
Water on Mars.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
It's frozen.
Then where did Matt Damon's pee go, Shane?
Where did it go? Why would they leave mud when it's a frozen fucking?
But the question is, when did he claim this? Like, what is it? What is this? There's no way that's accurate to what Jamie was pushing. There's no way. Like, I'm guessing this has been a play on words, and he claimed. I mean, because that's kind of a ridiculous claim. He would just never even claim.
The plane teleported to Diego Garcia.
Is that on the list? Is that on the list?
Like, be real here.
It should be on the list. Is that number 48?
You think people are teleporting all across the earth at all times?
Shane, I think your list needs to be revised and I could easily consolidate this list to like 6 real things. A lot of these.
I think you're all sympathizers trying to believe.
Shane, did you make this list?
Where this is?
Okay.
Did Darcy Weir make this list?
Did Darcy Weir make this list for you?
Charlie Parrish.
Did Jeremy Corbell make this list for you?
Yeah.
Did Gary Nolan make this list for you?
Whoa, the Sidonia humanoid face on Mars, that didn't get debunked.
Right?
How's that
we're
been
debunking
debunked?
this live, right?
Yeah, we're
gonna because they found the
Skyfire News Special Report. UFO Shane confirmed spreading misinformation.
Yeah,
I
confirmed.
swear to God,
Confirmed. Mummies
I
confirmed.
have zero
Mummies are real.
disinformation.
The mummies are real. It's been
I
confirmed.
think having
They're
Masson is
not
just
real. It has
he's
not.
back.
If those mummies were real, we'd have full disclosure. We'd be like, "Oh shit, there were aliens everywhere, like 1,000 years
But
ago."
there's a good chance
Where's
they're
that
not
at?
aliens. Isn't there a better chance that they're cryptids or some type of
Oh,
humanoid?
okay. New headline. They weren't aliens. They were cryptids. Where's that? Where's anything?
I'll write that up.
Nowhere.
We'll print that.
I like it.
You're all coping. You're all coping.
All
All
Dude, it's
of
got,
you, except
it's
for,
got eggs in
except
its
for
belly.
Keemstar, who's chugging whatever that is. Keemstar, what drink was that?
Just fizzy water.
You need
How
to
am
start
I
drinking.
coping though?
Except, and also Pavel, because
Pavel, do you think the mummies are real? We haven't heard your take yet.
You better say no.
Thinking hard about it right now.
You better say no.
You want to
Why?
endure the wrath of Shane.
Now say whatever you want to say, man, but you better say no.
I gotta say this, like, how do we ever know if it's real or it's not real? Because we have everybody saying it's fake, right?
Fake.
Most people. Then we have experts and scientists and doctors down below the border in South America saying that it is real and that it is credible. So, like, how are we ever going to know? Like, what is the determining factor where we all accept that these are real or all accept that they're fake? Like, what is it? Like, what actually needs to happen?
You send them to Stanford. You send them to like
Don't send
somewhere
anything to
that's
Stanford.
more that's not like the 297th college in Peru.
Well,
Okay.
that is a big factor, right? Is that a lot of Americans don't trust foreign like doctors or they're skeptical, right?
Man,
I
sometimes you
think
just look at
Shane,
shit,
you're
you know
kinda
it's
right,
fake.
dude. You gotta get Harvard doctors, maybe not Stanford doctors,
Not Daniel
and
Sheehan.
professionals down there looking at it. We need a lot of eyes on it because there's two big stories they don't add up together at all. One is that they're a hodgepodge of chicken bones and children bones, and one's that like this is legit. There's no way a doctor of any kind of with any kind of credibility would come in here and be like, oh yeah, these are real, if they're like a collection of bones glued together. There is, however, one that I found, and I think is in Colorado. She's a doctor, and she looked through these x-rays and was like, this is legit. This is legit. I'll find the clip.
Shit. She's lying.
I think she's full education.
We got to see that clip for sure.
Getting it
Are
down.
you a doctor, Shane?
Yeah, are you?
Oh no, do I have credentials to be a doctor? No, obviously I'm not a fucking doctor. Like,
Guess the
what?
mummies are real then.
Yeah, they're real.
Let's send it to
Just
Gary
because
Nolan.
Shane's
Oh,
not a
let's clip
doctor.
that. Let's clip that. Shane said they're real. 100%. We got them.
This is UFO Shane versus 5 people right now, and I'm loving it because you're not winning. It's just like there's eggs, there's all this DNA. That's full disclosure. That's literally like everything anyone in this community wants.
Let's ask the chat on these UFO mummies, on these alien mummies, excuse me. Type real or fake in the chat. We'll do a quick poll. Real or fake? Type it in the chat now. I just want to see where the audience
Everyone
is
who puts fake is getting banned.
No.
No, it's good to know. It's good to get this.
Only believers.
Fake. One real.
There we go.
Oh man. Oh, fake.
Actually,
fake and
some reals are coming through.
I'm getting a lot more fakes than I am reals. I got fake and gay.
I'll
That's
type
the best
fake.
one I saw. fake, scam, fake, real. Ashton is channeling his inner wings. Fake and gay again.
And I think another problem is the language barrier, right? Because
Yes.
when you have all these like scientists and doctors and whatnot coming out giving a statement on it, then somebody has to translate it, and it's like, dude, when there's a translator involved, we can't really tell if it's not your native language. You can't tell.
I've watched all
body
of this
language
with Spanish speakers because I work with 55 people who speak fluent Spanish, and they've also said fake.
I think the question though is like what Keemstar says. Like, what would even be? What's the bar,
It has
right?
a fish face.
But
Like, it
what would it
looks
have to look like for you to think it's real, right? Like that's the question I want to know because I think there's just
Shane.
no bar. Right?
Yeah, Shane, what would you need to happen to believe that these were real?
Would that have to be Joe Biden there instead of Jamie Malsan? Is that what you need?
I would never vote for Joe Biden.
But
But
what if he told you if that was him right there and he's telling you that these are some aliens that the United
I
States?
wouldn't believe a word Joe Biden said, even if he told me that his ice cream was chocolate. It's probably vanilla.
It's definitely vanilla.
I don't know. Probably like actual scientists, actual people looking into it, and like we do this all the time where we don't trust certain aspects. But look, I mean, I'm from the U.S., but the United States has great facilities. I look at Gary Nolan, who a lot of people love and hate in this community, and he was burned by Dr. Stephen Greer on the Atacama skeleton. Guess where that came from? From this fucking loser, Haim Mosan. And he hates him because he felt like
There's
he was
sketchiness
tricked.
about that.
Yeah, the Atacama skeleton, guys. If you guys don't know, there's like a skeleton about that big. Was presented in a Stephen Greer documentary, the Sirius one. Literally, that's the name of it, Sirius. And it was, examined. They tried to get this body to all kinds of doctors and scientists, one of them being Dr. Gary Nolan, who decided, yeah, I'll look into it. He is a doctor who's very much associated with all this modern ufology stuff in a scientific way. And what he said on film was that this thing was mostly human, if not all the way human. It just exhibited every mutation that was possible, and it made it look okay. Ashton, I saw your reaction. I feel the same way, but a scientist coming in and discrediting this, or at least saying this is just a human with deformities, look no further, it squashed the whole thing. And then we had the director of Unacknowledged, right? Michael, he was in the photograph. We did have him come in.
Can you pull up the photograph again?
I almost did. But we had him come into his spaces, a Skyfire News spaces. And there, Michael said that after this documentary premiered, he found himself chatting it with Gary Nolan, the guy who said it was definitely human. And Michael said that Gary told him that it looked like it was impossible to have been made naturally, that he thinks that it could have been made by aliens.
Oh my God.
It's not an alien, but it's made out of human DNA, and it has too many mutations for it to be accidental. It's improbable. It's not statistically possible for this one specimen to have that many deformities. And that's what he told Michael. And then Michael told us that. Gary Nolan caught wind of this, and all hell broke loose online. I mean, this guy denied it to the T. And then later on went on to say, well, I was speculating sometimes. It's like, dude, well, what's going on? So Shane, I think there's a deeper story to the Atacama skeleton, as there might be with these mummies. What do you think about that?
They're fake. I think
okay, fair enough.
Has Gary Nolan seen these?
There's nothing you can tell me.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Keemstar knows this. Keemstar started this whole thing. He knows I hate these skeletons, dude. He's over here rubbing his beard. He's like, hey. He knows I hate these fucking things.
Explain the eggs, Shane. Explain the eggs.
Where are the eggs?
I'm about to.
Right here, dude.
It's a plot to promote Easter.
It's the globalist agenda.
Just don't get a heart attack, Shane. Okay.
Oh, by the way, switching gears a little bit, and I think some of the audience, because they came from Lolcow, know about the red heifer thing, because I spoke about it briefly. They were supposed to sacrifice red heifer today, and I can't find any news on it.
Nothing.
No video.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Was it fake news the whole time?
Definitely not
the red heifer
news.
thing.
I seen a bunch of reports like on Wednesday and Thursday that they were sacrificing the red heifer on Friday. Friday's done and over with. It's Saturday
Good
now.
Friday, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So, as the only Jew on this panel, 2,000 years ago, God gave my people a red heifer, and it has to be pure. You can't put your jacket on it. It has to be absolutely
put your jacket
pure.
on it.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't lean on this.
You can't lean on it. Yeah.
You can't do nothing. And I'm talking no gray hairs, no nothing. It's solid red. And then some dude in Texas just makes some genetically altered cows and sells them to Israel. And they sacrifice them, they burn them, and they get the ashes and they lay that on the place that the temple is going to go. And that temple would be on Temple Mount, which is the Muslims control now. And look into the Well of Souls. That's pretty cool. The Well of Souls exists below the Temple Mount. And they're saying, where did you get this? Where did you get this?
Great graphic.
Dude,
yeah, like
dude,
what?
You don't think
heck?
Skyfire News comes fully stocked to talk about anything related to the goddamn topic, dude? Like, this is a red heifer prophecy graphic, dude.
You guys are on the next level, dude.
That's why people show up. This is why people come, dude. This graphic.
But I will agree with Keem. Like, it was all about it. All about it. People at work are talking about it. We got the eclipse coming. It's all like all the spiritual stuff going on, and I can't find anything about them sacrificing them.
And it was supposed to be today. Like, if you can still find all the news articles saying it was going to happen today.
So we have sacrifice of red heifer supposedly on Friday today. We have Easter Sunday coming up in just 2 days, and then on April 6th or 8th we have the lunar eclipse or solar eclipse transitioning through America from Texas all the way up to the Northeast, dude. Like,
a lot of normal stuff happening.
It's all right together, dude. It's all together. And the fact that October 7th could have been partially motivated by Israel gathering these cows, like, this is a serious thing. A lot of people have a lot of serious thoughts about this. There has to be a destruction of a temple, a rebuilding of a temple, and this is going to be all prophecy. right? The red heifer selection is the work put into selecting the heifer is massive. They have teams of people examining, watching from birth all the way up. Then they have to transport them from Texas to Israel, which they already did. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You have to have priests as well. It's not just about the cow's purity.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the priests as well.
Oh, and the tools.
Do the It's
I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on all that. There's no way they're really doing all that. No way no one's leaning on the cows.
And what's crazy is like
how would you ever know?
Ashton and Christianity, when you sacrifice the red heifers, it brings in the harbinging of the Antichrist. In Judaism, it brings in the Messiah. So it's like, what's going on here? Like
one group's Messiah is another group's anti-Messiah.
It's crazy, but we live in all time.
That's the nature of this whole thing, dude.
Oh, Ken Reynolds says they may have found an imperfection, canceled it. That's maybe.
Okay. Maybe. Let me rewind real quick, because did Gary Nolan ever see the mummies, the Nazca mummies? Did he ever see those?
As far as I know, he didn't see him, but there is rumors.
I think our space ruined.
Isn't he Stanford? Isn't he from Stanford?
He certainly is.
I have exclusive information on that.
Exclusive.
Bible, go ahead.
Get him up there.
I exchanged emails with him about it, and right after I interviewed Maussan, and he told me that he trusted and hoped Maussan could get to the truth, but he wouldn't touch any of it because he had a lot of stuff on his plate at the moment.
Whoa, that's it. That's exclusive. Wow.
Boom. We did it.
You got a really good webcam set up. Wow, you must have a nice camera.
Also, that was kind of a while ago, like a few months ago. But he did tell me that he said he trusted Maussan.
So I got another Skyfire News exclusive. There's a new set of mummies that have been discovered, guys.
Ooh, look at that mummy.
Unveiled just right now in Mexico.
That's very real.
They mummified the deer. Oh, wow.
Look at
wow. It's the tusks. That's how you know. That's how you know.
One more.
There's eggs in this one.
Oh, Ryan wasn't feeling it, dude.
Ryan Graves is not
feeling the picture he didn't want.
Dude, I've never seen a more unhappy looking person. Like, look at his frown.
I watched it live, and I messaged Ryan 2 weeks before he went there.
Let's tell the chat who Ryan Graves is, guys. Ryan Graves is an American fighter pilot who was part of the crew, part of the team, who was flying out of Virginia Beach, capturing and looking, reporting, witnessing different types of UAPs, all different types. But the main one was cubes within spheres. So he's been known. He came out. He shared the stories. That's why he's popping up all over. He was at the UFO congressional hearing recently, and he got invited to Mexico's UFO congressional hearing, and he took the invite. Shane, our very own UFO Shane, DM'd Ryan and said, "Don't do that. They're gonna bring out the mummies." He's like, whatever. Then he goes in real time. We get to watch live. Red, let me know if you could find the clip of Ryan Graves on the Mexican Congress, like up there talking, giving his report. And then when Jaime Maussan rolls out these mummies, dude, this guy visibly like bows his head. He's bummed out. And he says, "I don't want to be photographed next to these things." He just thought it was a really bad move. I didn't. I thought it was great, but a lot of people did, right? If it's paper mache.
We got this clip real quick. Can you see this? This is
yeah.
And this breaks into the breaking news of today. I don't know if Keem knows this. Literally like a few hours ago, like an hour and a half ago, Jaime Maussan previously this week was like, Ryan knew ahead of time and I'm going to release the footage. He released that footage tonight, so maybe you can watch that after. But here's at the hearing.
He released it tonight?
Yeah, he released it tonight. This is at the hearing.
So you can do it somewhere else. You cannot do it. Whatever you want. Okay. So do it. You want? No. Okay. You want to do it?
He's like, no. No.
Yeah, I feels like he felt like it was a PR thing, right? And he did not want bad PR from this, and that's why he felt uncomfortable. That I would probably feel the same way. Like you go there and they're like, "Hey, we want to get you a picture because you're famous with next to these mummies to give them more credibility."
He's like, nope.
He's like, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
Nope.
He says literally like you could have a picture of me without the mummies or none at all. Like he was like, or I could just leave right now, dude.
Is this picture photoshopped? Yeah, this is photoshopped, right? Where the
looks
mummy
real.
on the right is.
These are the new ones that came out.
There's a white bar like right down the middle, though.
Photoshop. That's actually the Nazca mummy.
Yes, this is superimposed. There's a white bar. It's half and half. It's two different pictures.
That's the real mummy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's two different pictures next to each other. That's what I meant. Got it.
So yeah, earlier this week, Jaime was like,
Oh,
Ryan, I'm sick of all the lies. I'm sick of all the hate.
Oh,
You knew well in advance, and I'm going to release the footage. And he even went so far as to say what he say. He was like, you're being a coward right now, and who scared you in America to make you like flip?
It was me.
It was UFO
It
Shane.
was probably me.
Yeah, here's
Can't wait to watch this clip. Here we go.
It gets closer, so
We found these remains in Peru, 2021. They've been investigated since then. And now we have the DNA. And the specialist from the Navy, that's Tony. He's the head of the scientific department of the Navy. He's the top scientist of the Navy.
Top.
He investigated. He was also the forensic expert for the Navy for many years now. He's not. He's above that. He's the one who's going to talk about these creatures that were alive 1,000 years ago. These were not from a crash. They live with people, and they were buried in a sacred place in Peru. And then we finally, the DNA is
What a
up in
master.
the cloud in the internet. Any scientific organization will be able to investigate.
That's all you can do, right?
Yes, it's all you can do, and present them, and it's physical evidence. Whoever that says that is not true,
Master of his grift.
they are right there, prove it. Right?
What an absolute
This is a chance.
master of
You know what
his
I mean?
grift.
And it's going to be very powerful.
Well, there
It's
you go.
going to be very powerful. And what this guy, he was a leader of the Navy. He did these things, and then Ryan Grace was like, "Yeah, well, I'm already here, so I guess I got to go through with this."
Yeah, apparently it was the same day, so I don't know. That is kind of a little bit of a, it's kind of a gray area for both people, right? Like I guess you did know in advance, but it was like an hour and a half or something.
Oh, he
I didn't
knew
know
in
you were
advance
bald,
because I told
Shane.
him. I told him weeks in advance. I told him.
What-
I
what
literally
did he
told
say
him
when
what
you
was
told-
going to happen.
What did he say when you told him?
Nothing. He literally ignored me the entire time. And then after he got back, he DM'd me and was like, "Yeah, man, I shouldn't have gone." I'm like, well, yeah, I told you so, bro.
Don't doubt.
But when
Shane.
you talk to Ryan Graves, you're not talking to him on Twitter. You're talking to his PR team. You're talking to people who run his Twitter account. You're not talking to Ryan, right? You're talking to his PR team.
Why would he have a PR team?
Because he
big enough
runs
for a PR
Americans.
team?
Because he runs Americans for Safe Aerospace. He's trying to get government funding. He's trying to do everything he can do to get money from the government to research aliens and UFOs. That's why he has a PR team. And I've talked to Ted Rowe, who worked with Ryan Graves, and said he was more or so super disingenuous the entire time he worked with him. That is a quote I got from Ted Rowe. I published it on my account, and I was told not to, but I was like, whatever, who cares? And like literally, the dude is disingenuous as shit, and Ryan Graves never saw shit, but he had friends that saw things, and I liked Ryan. I did. I really did. So I was like, "Hey, man, you're gonna go down
What
here.
happened? You got a fallout with them?
Drag you through the mud." And I said, "Hey, man."
As soon as Shane's seen him with those mummies, Ryan's done.
That was it. Yeah, he's done.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
dead. He's dead to him, huh?
He
Is that
sent
what-
me. He
Yeah,
sent me pray hands. The last DM I got from Ryan Graves.
You mean his
was
PR team did?
Is that a high?
Yeah,
Are they
it
high
wasn't
fives?
Ryan. It was pray hands. It was
Okay.
like pray hands.
I need a PR team. Who wants to be on my PR team? Can we get Heather Birdie? You want to run my Twitter account? Actually, I'll get Average Chris to run my Twitter account.
You
Average
should.
Chris would kill it, dude.
You should get average.
Kill it,
Chris to
dude.
do
Paints
that.
within the lines. I like that.
Get me. I'm real good with brand safe stuff.
For sure.
I've seen your tweets,
Stellar.
Keemstar.
Now, the interesting thing about the mummies for me too is that my father's from a Pacific island named Tonga, right? And over there they have art. And when I showed my dad, I was like, I'm super into UFOs. I mean, he was born over there, right? I'm super into UFOs. I want to talk to you about it. Like, what do you think about these things? Here's some theories, interdimensional, yada yada. He starts laughing at me. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, we have evidence of this stuff. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, well, look at the island. He goes, we've seen these all the time. We see them all the time. Like,
yeah,
they're in our culture. Like, he goes, these are little people, right? He goes, aren't the crafts like really small? And I go, actually, yeah, a lot of them are reported to be very small. And he's like, dude, look at the art. Like, look at these things. These are always depicted as little dudes. They're small. They're never depicted as larger than life, right? And he's like, they come from the mountain, the hills, and they would come down. And they're way more advanced. They're like, they act different. They are different. They're not humans, but we had a relationship with them. We talk about them all the time. They're in all of our art, dude. Like, you can't really like dispute that. It looks very similar. These things look very similar to those mummies. They're the same size. They look the same. I mean, it's interesting. And you have so many more stories around the world.
And I
indigenous
don't
cultures.
disbelieve any of that. Honestly, I don't disbelieve any of that, Tuba. And that's the thing, is like, people bank on actual history, on actual like beliefs of tribal people, and then they try to sell you fake alien mummies. That being said, I have to be at work in 4 hours. I have to go to bed. Thank you, Keemstar. Thank you, everybody, for Skyfire News. Love you guys. Great, awesome show. And real quick before I go, though, everyone in chat, if you think the alien mummies are real from Jaime Song, give me a fake or a real again. Let's go one more time. Fake or real?
One more fake or real for Shane.
Shane does look like a Unabomber. It's kind of true, honestly.
Yeah, in kind of a good way. You need
aviator.
If you had aviator glasses.
Alien debunker Unabomber, basically. Debunk any mummies you got. He's going to debunk
the Unabunker, dude. He's the Unabunker. Fake, real. Look, it's a mixed bag.
Yes.
Even one Rip Boogie in there.
My favorite is fake and gay, though. Give me a fake and gay, guys.
Got a lot of fake and gays coming in. A lot of
Megan's going to watch this and be very upset, guys. We need to get her up on here. We need to we need some some women on this panel, frankly. So,
always a plus.
Shane versus Megan in the future. I see it happening.
Yeah, I want Cambion versus Ashton, with Ashton dressed as Cambion.
Dude,
apparently he ran away. He cowered it out. I said I unlocked. No, somebody came in the replies earlier and said that he didn't want to debate me anymore.
He told me that you are grifting off the deaths of people on the bridge in Baltimore. And I was like, I haven't heard that.
I thought nobody died on the bridge.
Apparently
they stopped the cars or something. So that
it was 6 people. 6 people died. They were construction workers.
Oh, that's awful.
That feels bad.
Yeah, it does suck.
No, that's a red flag. Ambient.
But that being said, I've never seen you do that, so I called him. I was like, "That's bullshit." But,
nice.
Yeah,
Cambion, don't run away from me, sir. A squared is coming for you.
I hate
debunk everything.
I
thank you guys for all the faking gays. I have to go to bed.
Bye, Shane.
Bye, Shane.
Later, guys.
Take care, man.
I've been live since 10 p.m. So I've been live for 6 hours straight. I need
Bye,
to.
Keem.
I need to also take off. See you guys.
See you, man. I love he comes in, throws those mummies right at Shane, dude. It's a good move.
Oh my god, the glasses.
We need to get Shane to leave. We can talk smack about him. Convince people those mummies are real.
Hello, Mr. Mosan. How are you, sir?
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo? Kutinge, buenas noches. These alien mummies, they are real. They are real. They are true things. They are not fake. They are not the bones of the children. As people will say, but they may be as well. Who knows? But once again, I am Dr. Jaime Mosans. You can come to my room at the Days Inn, and you can pay me 500 pesos to see the bodies. So
only 500 pesos. That's nice. I'll get it.
It's about $23 US.
Oh yeah, I'll get a picture.
Look at Ryan's face.
Dude,
as a man who's very happy to be there.
He did like put his hands in his head as soon as he saw it. Remember, he was like,
"Oh, he did." He bowed his head as soon as he saw it.
Oh yeah, he had a good time. I told him about the mummies prior to him coming here.
All right,
and
Shane.
He just did not have a good time.
Good night,
Shane's borderline right now.
Borderline, and he's gone.
Oh, what happened? What happened, man?
He had to go to bed. The
You know, in
trick
all
is, dude,
fairness, the it feels like that clip that Jaime Maussan posted of Ryan Graves. Like Ryan Graves wasn't like all in on it from that clip. He made it sound like, oh, this was going to be proof that he was all fine with it and he was good with like getting his picture taken. But nah, he seemed really awkward in that and like uncomfortable in that clip.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you think of the situation now? Who takes the W here, Ryan or Jaime?
I'll tell
Nobody's
you what
getting the W.
happened.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This clip was before the hearing. So Ryan obviously has handlers. He was told this shit before he spoke to his handlers, and as I would have, he was like, "What? Corpses, mummies, aliens? That's fucking cool." And then after that, he called his handler, whatever his handler told him, and that's how Ryan reacted. And
So you're saying that before he could react, before we knew what his reaction was, he left and called his handlers, the people, his PR team, whoever those may be. However, I mean, we all got guesses on who's on that team. Anyway, they call him. And you're saying he might have been instructed to act really like indignant to it, really like off, because it just didn't mesh well. It could have damaged what they were trying to do.
I am 99% that happened.
I think so too.
Sure that happened. Yeah.
I think that there's precedent for that, right? We have a very clear, if you guys aren't aware, there is a very clear disclosure effort underway, right? And Stephen Greer, you guys might recognize that name. He has been trying to do this since like 1999, dude. He almost had it in 2001, and he had his hearing, like, came out with whistleblowers. This is right before 9/11. 9/11 happened. Everything stopped. Everything about disclosure stopped. So he was stopped by like almost like a hand of God. You know what I mean? Well, now they're doing it again, but Greer's out. The people doing it now call Greer a terrorist. The people doing it now Elizondo has called Stephen Greer a terrorist. It's real. It's real.
I honestly, I don't think Greer has ever been considered like an official disclosure advocate, to be honest with you. Even if he was the first one to try to do it, because he was, to be honest with you, he had a lot of whistleblowers, a lot of people who worked in the military and academia, and even if that's the case, he was unexpected. So this other effort that is happening since 2017, that's what the government wanted. That's what is happening right now. And Greer has never really been a part of it. That's how I see it.
Well, because there was an effort to make it like that.
Yeah. But
why was Greer excluded? Why was he excluded? What is it about Greer?
Because he went rogue. He was like
He's
Edward.
uncontrolled.
He was like Snowden. He was like
Kanye.
Assange.
Yeah, he's out.
So like he wanted to do his own initiative, and that's what he did. And the government didn't like it, and this is what's happening right now. That's why people rarely, if ever mention Greer's name. I have never heard like.
No, there's an effort. He is the big bad right now within the disclosure movement and the disclosure.
I don't think he's a big bad, because I've heard people from the effort saying good things about him, because he's done a lot of stuff. He really
but
has.
I mean, there is a divide between the current disclosure effort and Greer. He's almost like and I think it comes down to the threat narrative versus love and light narrative. So
I think there is a divide. I see it, but I don't think that they take for granted what Greer has done, because he's done a lot of efforts,
But they love to not, though. They all crapped on, because remember when Grush had his thing, Greer did his own thing, like similar. And I feel like Greer was coming at a point of like, let's all do it. And they were like, no, that's weak. That ruined Grush's testimony. One of which was Michael Herrera, which now people are all like, he's real deal. But here's my take on Greer. And this comes from people who I feel talk to Elizondo, who never say what some could call media assets. Some of the ways I've heard them frame the situation is much kind of like Jaime Maussan, where Greer was the guy. Tom DeLonge, Gary Nolan, all these people, right? He was the guy from like 1996 to like 2016. And if the government was going to do some kind of rollout of disclosure, you want to get the big guy and have him not be dealt with. You want the big guy to be government controlled, a patriot, you know what I mean? And that's why they go after him so hard. And there's such an effort to paint him as the big bad. Seriously, like there people. I've heard people close to that group that we all know who I'm talking about say that we're on Greer's payroll. Tupa's on Greer's payroll. Greer has a
that's right,
harassment troll army online. They flip everything.
I forgot. Yeah, people accused us of being paid by Greer because we're look. There's a lot of paranoia.
He's not paying anyone.
There's a lot of paranoia.
I think honestly, Tupa, to be fair, I think there's paranoia on both sides.
Oh yeah, the whole community is flooded with it, right? No one knows what to believe.
But
no
Lou Elizondo, as Tupa said, has called this man a terrorist. And what? Okay, for the
and Greer has called Lou a disinformation agent.
Well, I mean, if you call him a
way
terrorist,
better than a terrorist, bro. That's what.
I'm just curious for everyone on the stream and in the chat. What has Greer done that could be considered terrorism? And I guess there's one thing I'll say: the CE5 app. I kind of think that stuff is like playing with a Ouija board. And I guess if you're viewing this in like a Skinwalker Ranch way, just putting a thing on everyone's phone of like, hey, here's how you access demon portals, like for $5.99 a month. I could see that maybe being terrorism, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Elizondo was saying it for just like pettiness.
Hey, real quick, I want to catch the group up and the chat up on what we're talking about here. We're mentioning a lot of names, Herrera. We don't know how to place it. I think this one clip might help at least sum up what the dispute is. Check this out. Okay, because this is a little long. We'll skim through it.
Classic.
This sets up a drama between Stephen Greer, the man we just saw that was on Vlad TV. He's our disclosure guy from, like Red said, from the 90s to today, versus this other character named Lou Elizondo. We'll show pictures of him. Maybe they will. But he's essentially kind of a short, stocky guy with a fat goatee, and he's a military dude. And
friend of the show.
Best friend of the show. He's been talking about UFOs for a hot minute, and he's like the director, right? He said he was the director of a program led by the government called ATIP that was studying and hunting UFO pieces, UFO truth, all that stuff. And Lou Elizondo, this figure, versus Stephen Greer, that's become something that's come to a head. And this video kind of explains a little bit about what the language is between these guys.
There was a statement of the 5 felons from Lou Elizondo in contact with this Lou as well, and they were talking back and forth. And these statements were...
This is D'Souza. He's in the mix.
...leaked out to everyone, and they really showed what Lou Elizondo is really all about.
Real quick, sort of background. Lou Elizondo was on a podcast tour a couple of years ago when he first came out into the scene. And what he did was he started to pit podcasts against one another by spreading like lies or insinuating there were criminals in the mix, or some of these guys were felons. And that text message went out to another podcaster from Lou, and the podcaster's also named Lou, so it's gonna be confusing, but that leaked. That got
Did you know this, Ashton? Did you know this backstory about Lou reviews?
Oh, you're muted, Ashton.
Oh, did
Lou Reviews? So yeah, sorry. So Lou Reviews was the one that was being called a felon, or who was being called a felon?
Lou Reviews was good friends with Lou Elizondo. Okay, so Lou Elizondo would come on to the show called the UCR. So we'll just call it that from now on, right? So Lou Elizondo would be a frequent guest on UCR, which was a UFO news channel, right? And it was Lou Elizondo who leaked, who text messaged UCR to tell them, like, basically don't mess with certain people. Some of these guys are troublemakers and they're felons. And so
John Greenwald,
right? So some of these names that got mentioned as felons or criminals, D'Souza will explain how laughable it is and how off base Elizondo's message was, and it led to a ton of like negative outcome. A lot of fallout came from this. So this is an interesting aspect. I know it doesn't paint Elizondo in the best light, but you got to see it.
In contact
and it's okay if you like Elizondo
as well, and they were talking back and forth. And these statements were leaked out to everyone, and they really showed what Lou Elizondo is really all about. I mean, they're actually accusations of the Felon Five saying that all these people, John Greenwald of the Black Vault, Third Phase of Moon, and Dr. Greer, and a couple of others. I know these people, and for anyone to say that they are charlatans or they're criminals or they have a criminal record, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Anyone who's talked with any of these individuals. Anybody who's talked with John Greenwald, with Dr. Greer, with Third Phase of Moon, I mean, knows that these are people who are utterly dedicated to their purpose, which is to bring the truth to people, bring real things to people that people can actually use. And that's what Dr. Greer has dedicated his life to. That's what John Greenwald is just a super intellect. He's just a huge intellect. I mean, he's not a person who has any iota of criminality about him at all. And Third Phase of Moons, I mean, they're just guys who just care about bringing the truth in an area that has so much fakery in it, so much fakery. Which brings me back to Lou Elizondo. Lou Elizondo is just using standard techniques of a CIA contractor. That's what they teach them. They teach them to envelope whoever the enemy is, whoever's speaking out against you. You're supposed to wrap them up with false accusations, counterclaims, and the more scurrilous and baseless the accusations are, the better. Because you're trying to create outrage. You're trying to show people that they can't mess with you.
Green Street, Greenwald, Third Phase of Moon, and yourself, the Felon Five.
Yes, I like this. That people who are the mouthpieces for an unconstitutional, rogue, criminal organization calls people who are actually truth tellers, the felons, you know. And I've been called that for years. You know, back in the 90s, there were a group of these guys who basically said, I'm a traitor to my country. When in reality, these people are creating high crimes and misdemeanors and treason by deceiving the public, lying to the president, lying to the Congress, taking hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions over the years, and putting them into unapproved projects that the Congress doesn't know they're spending the money on. And we can prove that also. So, but of course, people like that are always going to accuse other people of what they themselves are guilty of. Just remember that.
Well, there you go.
I like Greer there, guys. I got to be honest. I like what Greer's saying.
He's a rational dude.
Yeah, he comes up with guys who's coming genuine.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with Greer is it's just hard for me to wrap my brain around, you know, the various visitations and alien control over our planet. Although maybe it's possible, I can't really rationalize.
Well, Ashton, I'll just say this real quick too, and I know I don't know how that even came up, but it is happening. It is a cultural thing. There is that divide. You know what I mean? Just because we're talking about it, I don't want anyone on stage to get like harassed or anything like that. But you do understand, right? How someone said it best. One of my friends was like, "Culture is downstream from like leadership," and like when things like John Greenwald, Boy Scout, is being called a felon. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, let me give it to you simpler, right? There's a simpler explanation of this, is that politics. There's a whole aspect of politics that in the UFO community that I would have never expected before I jumped into it, where I would have thought this is a thing where it transcends political ideology. But what I've learned, especially talking to Jack Sarfati, like just last night in that space that we were in with him, is that there's absolutely a political line, and people blackball other people for being on the wrong side of the political spectrum. And I think it leads to some of this cat fighting that you see, and some of this middle school nature that you see in terms of this person's bad, this person's good. End of the day, I look at it where everybody's just got their own motivations. Most of these people probably do know there's something going on with the phenomenon, and they're just trying to prove it. And at the same time, make money to be able to live, and everybody's using whatever skeletons they can, attack vectors to attack the other side. And so I think the people that aren't doing that in general, the ones that I'm going to believe in the most, like I haven't seen Greer attack other people. He's just doing his own thing. And then you see a lot of other people being attacked, even Jamie Mousen. Like I don't see him attacking other people. I see him just getting attacked all the time. Doesn't mean he's right about everything, but I don't think these people are liars.
Yeah. Look at Megan and Gonzalo, two of the biggest mummy heads out there. They're just nice people.
Yeah.
Everything's downstream of culture, you know. That's all I say.
That's what I try to do. It's hard, but like, you know, it's, even in my own investigation and stuff like that, like you will almost never see me make any posts attacking other people unless it's like debunkers and stuff like that. And usually I'm attacking them
CNN
on
brains.
things that said, yeah. But even then, like most of my stuff's just like positive in terms of, you know, here's the evidence I'm trying to put forth. Here's the cool stuff I'm trying to get you to look at. You know, so that's the stuff where, like I was watching Thomas Bearden earlier today, and what he says is, here's the evidence. You can look at the evidence and you can determine whether or not you think scalar physics is real or not. So when people say that kind of stuff, that I'm going to believe them. It's when people are coming out saying, no, this is what you should believe. This is what you should believe, but they don't present any evidence other than, no, it's silly if you don't believe it. Then those are the people that I think that's weaker arguments for sure.
I agree. You shouldn't be afraid of counter arguments or other sides of the argument. You shouldn't have to like tear down people, right? You can just lift up the stuff that you like, the stuff that you believe in. The people who are policing ufology, the people who are policing social media, you guys really got to look into it. Like if you watch with enough time, if you have enough time and you have enough research to go into it and see, you'll see a common pattern that happens. Ufology is different. It's unique. It's not the same thing as a community surrounding like the NFL. I know things can get toxic in all different types of environments for sure. It's the people. But within ufology, there's actual evidence of like intelligence agents constructing a narrative, tearing certain ones down, elevating other ones that don't go nowhere. It's almost like they want us to keep spinning our wheels, and the people who provide actual answers, they get taken out fast. Like they get exactly what D'Souza says, right? They get wrapped up and enveloped in weird accusations. So much like weird stuff goes on, and then there's these bot accounts that kind of simulate the actual public voice, which are not the real public voice. They simulate it for people, and then so people catch in, like a lot of the people on the stream, right? Like, oh, I'll just go watch some UFO stuff. They go and they check it out, and while they think they're innocently just watching and looking and learning, they're actually being influenced, and they don't know that. They wouldn't know, and then they scroll through the comments and they see a bunch of comments saying, oh, this is fake or this is real. You wouldn't know that a lot of the fake naysayers are bots. You wouldn't know that on some of these things that are saying it's real. They're bots, but they really are. And it goes beyond a random guy who's a hobbyist who wants something to be real, so he gets bot. It goes beyond that. Red has done a lot of research into this. We've watched it happen on UFO Twitter so much. It's a wild thing that,
and it's a historical thing too.
Yeah, Red, your research and your documentaries go back so far into study this, even into the creation of something like the National Enquirer, right, to smear things. This goes all the way back, Project Blue Book and so on. And Red Panda Koala, if you guys aren't following Red Panda Koala or are subbing to his channel, check him out. Go to his channel, watch his documentaries. They're extensive. There's a lot of them, and they cover everything from the fringe to how the government's treating this and how society's been treated because of this. It's really eye-opening.
Yeah. One other thing I was going to say real quick was that on the Space with Jack Sarfati, he mentioned something that I hate to bring politics into this again, but like the Soul Foundation and a lot of the people that are out there, he basically claimed that they're like left leaning and that he's more right leaning in his politics. And that the reason why I bring this up is that at least right now in America, it feels like on the left leaning side, there's a more of authoritarian slant to it. And why that's important is this idea that, well, yeah, maybe our government's lying to us, but they're not really lying to us about everything. We can trust them to tell us about disclosure. And the reality is disclosure is never coming from the government, ever. In order for any of this to even be real, there has to be a pretty major conspiracy at play. And that's the part where it's like it's going to only come from us. And one thing I liked about what Jack Sarfati said yesterday was that disclosure's already happened. It's already out there. It's just a matter of people not realizing it's out there. And you have a lot of people in this community that are going, oh, well, I'm waiting for the right people to tell me when it's okay. And that's not how any of this crap works. And I think that's where the political line starts to come into play. And it's not, if you're somebody who's on the left going, no, I'm not like that. Or if you're somebody on the right who's disagreeing as well, obviously there's exceptions on either side. Excuse me. But that's kind of what I found from a lot of these people who are tied to like the Soul Foundation or maybe even to the Stars Academy in general.
You know what? I think Sarfati's got the right vibe. Like he gets kind of excommunicated from groups, and he's very openly conservative. He's very openly like a Trump supporter. And you look at things like Soul Foundation and just look at the groups involved. There's nothing wrong with being political. There's nothing wrong with having your own views. What happens is it becomes an echo chamber when everyone on your team or everyone in your company agrees with you about something as deep as politics and as deep, like it becomes a very kind of, I wouldn't say dangerous, but you are getting very dangerously close to like monoculture or totalitarian, like, you know, intolerance starts to come up a lot. And you're like, well, why? What's going on? And it's because a lot of these groups, especially like political groups, have kind of come in to the UFO community and the UFO field with an agenda, and they weren't very open about it right away. And then if you look too at this modern disclosure, Pavel, we were talking about old disclosure, modern disclosure. A lot of the modern disclosure efforts are led by what you would call like clear, open, like Democrats. I think it was finally revealed through the email leaks of the DNC that validated Tom DeLonge, the guitar player for Blink-182, who's very much involved in a lot of this stuff now. He was emailing with John Podesta about being a spokesperson for the UAP movement. John Podesta, I think, was the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton. I mean, he works in the DNC. And then we have Chris Mellon. We have so many different names. I'm not going to name them off and bore you guys right now, but like a lot of these guys are hyper political. They have political careers, and they fit squarely within the Democratic Party. And when you look at like the word UAP, who is pushing UAP first, right? You have
Hillary Clinton.
Right,
Yep.
right. And so, you know, even people like CIA agents like Andrew Bustamante, right? Andrew Bustamante has been on several podcasts. He's got long, like kind of curly hair. You might be able to recognize him, but like he's talked about how in Democratic, what do you call it? In Democratic, I don't want to say regimes. I think I'm getting too political.
Circles, yeah,
circles, but or when Democrats are they have the cabinet when they're the president in these types of arenas, right? So the UAP topic or UFO topic is kind of classically a Democratic like tool. They bring it up a lot, like Obama and Clinton. It seems to be a platform that they like to talk about. I don't know why. I literally have no idea, but it is interesting, right? The Republicans kind of steer clear of it a little bit, but the Democrats have openly embraced it to the point of even renaming it, right? They want it to be UAP now. They're putting a lot of emphasis on it. Why do you guys think that is?
Since you mentioned that, though, the CIA is probably already listening because you mentioned them. So,
hi guys.
There's that. And another thing that I think, well, I'm on the outside. I'm Mexican. I don't live in the US. So I can see a lot of what's happening. And I think that you guys have been suffering from the seed from the military industrial complex for a while. Because it doesn't matter your politics. They have controlled the country for decades. Your politics is just like it's like a theater play, you know, like a
so true, bro. So true.
So basically, they're making you all hate each other and waste time while they're doing whatever they want to do. That's how we see it from the outside. And also, this is a piece of data that when I found out, I was slightly shocked, but also not surprised. You guys got your independence in 1776. Am I correct?
Rumor has it. That's what they say. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know how much time since then you've had peace?
Isn't it like 5 years?
Yeah.
15. And a lot of those times, you've done proxy wars to other countries. So basically, you're governed by a military country, which is the biggest empire in the modern history. And you need to get out of that because you're affecting the rest of the world. Even if it's, I don't care if it's just disclosure or any other subject, the US government and the intelligence community are fucking up the world. They have been doing it for decades.
Dude, our Wikipedia page of foreign coups. I don't know if you know this, Pavel and Ashton. Originally, before I got into UFOs, I was going to make a Cold War history channel that just covers like all the coup stuff all over the world. And then right when I was saving up for my computer is when the 2017 thing happened. But yeah, we're wild.
They snagged Red Panda's curiosity at that moment, and the world was never the same.
Well, and also that same thing applies to the UFO thing, right? I'm sure the way the U.S. has handled the UFO thing, they're kind of doing the same thing they did with like regime changes, right? Mm-hmm. Where you got to do what we do.
And you're trying to monopolize that too. which is fucking fucking.
That's why I kind of hope the mummies are real.
Gets on my nerves, bro.
It'd be so perfect for like the Latin-speaking world to have already had disclosure months ago, and like the U.S. to be like, and American ufology to be like scoffing at these things that were like right in front of their eyes. Kind of like I'm sure Ashton feels the MH370 and whatnot.
Yeah, and I got to drop, guys. It's late, and I've been up streaming for a long time, but it was fun to hang out with you guys. Pavel, it was nice talking to you, brother. Red Panda.
Always fun, bro.
Good night.
Always
Everybody
fun.
in the chat, have an awesome one. Make sure you guys are following. Make sure you like and subscribe to the stream here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Thank you,
Well,
Ashton.
man.
Take care, man. Take care.
This is already at 2 hours, and I'm sure you noticed my camera died.
Oh no. Okay, guys, this is a good place to put a pin in it. Pavel,
Let's
thank you so
go.
much for popping in, dude. Red, we'll get your camera back.
Real quick, did Pablo want to finish anything of his thoughts before we close out?
I know I stayed quiet for the longest time, but I wanted to let Shane speak, and whenever I get a chance to speak to him, I'll do it in private. Just let him know my thoughts. I respect him. I think he's a good guy. So thank you guys for having me, and this was fun.
Hell yeah, bro. Fun
Anytime
time.
we'll pass that message along to Shane. We gotta hope he gets a lot of rest for his work tomorrow. Pavel, what's coming up next for you? What should we be on the lookout for you or from you?
Oh boy, I got a lot of interviews coming up. Many of the big players, some of the biggest players, but I can't give you more than that.
Ooh. Okay, cool. Guys, if you're not following Pavel on X, definitely find him on there. We used to have his handle Pavel, but if not, follow us, follow Skyfire News, and you'll be able to find Pavel. He's on a great show with Christian Harloff now, like as a correspondent. It is really good to see the Big Thing podcast. And what's the UAP podcast? What's that one called?
Down to Earth.
Down to Earth, dude. It's solid. It is solid. You guys know what you're doing. Huge inspiration to us. Pavel, can't thank you enough for popping in. This has been an amazing random impromptu space. I got to thank everyone in the chat. You guys blew it up for us. You guys were really showing up. And
Shouts out to the lolcow raid.
Dude, the lolcow raid was amazing. When we got to the alien mummy photographs, and the chat went crazy for that. That was really cool. So, guys, without further ado, it is going to be the Skyfire News radio show playing us out. But until we see you guys again, probably tomorrow, same time, same place, take care.
Hey guys, the hybrid was just killed tonight. Celebrate.
Whoa.
I love it. All right, guys. Until next time.
Peace.
Sick of the same old news that's more snooze than news? Then crank up the volume for Skyfire News, the only broadcast that's literally out of this world.
As an astrophysicist, I can tell you that the universe is full of mysteries, but with Skyfire, you can uncover some of those mysteries from your phone in your pocket.
I've tangoed with tales so top secret, they're stored on the dark side of the moon. Skyfire News, it's like they've hacked the galactic mainframe, serving up scoops so juicy, they make Area 51 look like a public library.
With unrivaled extraterrestrial expertise and interstellar insights, Skyfire News brings you the latest from the final frontier. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're bending space-time.